That's Gene Machi.
Yeah, Gene Machi, 36-year-old major league veteran, spent last season with the Seattle Mariners through 5 games for them. Started this year in the Mexican League, also has spent some time with the Giants, Red Sox, and Mariners. Like I mentioned, he was a World Series champ with the Giants in 2014. He's 13-2 with a 3.38 ERA and 6 saves in 194 career major league appearances. This is not only a guy that is a former major leaguer, but this is a guy that had a lot of time in the major leagues, 194 appearances. So we're adding a guy that, is 36-year-old, definitely a veteran in this sport. But it's definitely nice to add another guy.
As a guy that I haven't actually seen in 14 years, my second year in pro baseball as a broadcaster. My first year as a number 1 broadcaster with the Visalia Oaks. He had just come over in the Rule 5 draft from the Phillies to the then Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and he was in Visalia with me, so nice to see him again earlier today. Well, the Skeeters yesterday won by a score of 4-2, another comeback win for the Skeeters. More importantly, we always talk about pitching, like Gene Machi, but the Skeeters are really hitting very well right now. In fact, they have 11 hits in each of the first 2 games in this series. They have outscored the Road Warriors 10-2 in this series. But we kind of got lost in the shuffle with the Skeeters and the excitement of clinching that first half and taking the first 2 here against the Road Warriors. They've now won 7 straight at home. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I mean, ever since losing 2 of the first 3 to the Road Warriors, they have just dominated at home since that homestand 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. So, yeah, I mean, this team is rolling right now. They lead the Atlantic League with 627 hits. Matt Chavez second in the league in hits. Anthony Jansanti fourth. They're just finding ways, to win here at Constellation Field. And Jansanti said, "You're gonna have to put us out of our misery to beat us here." And it's interesting because all 10 of the Skeeters' runs in this series thus far have come in the 5th inning or later. So they're figuring out ways to get hits later in the game. And yesterday they picked up their 13th come-from-behind win.
Even in Game 1, it was not an easy victory. The Skeeters got late runs in the 5th and 6th, and it looked like a blowout. They got a couple runs in the 8th as well, winning 6-0. But that was a very close game. Yesterday, they had a 2-0 lead, the Road Warriors. Skeeters won 4-2, and I keep talking about don't underestimate this team. But the Skeeters, despite that, they're 7-2 against the Road Warriors, and I think, you have to look at it. They always say, play great at home and play 500 on the road. Well, it's the same thing with opponents. You're going to play 500 against the good teams, the Somerset, the Long Island Ducks, the Barnstormers and York Revolution. So you have to beat up the teams that are supposed to be beat up to get the record you have when you're the Skeeters and you have a 43-25 record overall.
Well, that's why it was so concerning when they dropped 2 of the first 3 of the Road Warriors the first time out, and why we were a little bit concerned when it was a tie game going into the 5th inning in Game 1 of this series. So, the Road Warriors are a team that are really struggling, just a 17-51 overall record on the season. So Skeeters have to take advantage of this. A rough start to the first half. They got swept in their first series, so picked up some 2 big wins here, and they'll definitely have the pitching advantage tonight for sure to pick up a 3rd straight win.
Oh, you're always used to listening to me and Will as the voices of the Skeeters, but the third voice of the Skeeters is not Ryan Posner, but PA announcer Shane Brown. Always fun to talk to Shane, and Will sat down and spoke with Shane, and we'll hear from both Will and what can Brown do for you when we get back here in just a moment.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Find stories that will inspire and surprise. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. See all that the Hall of Fame and Museum has to offer and plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Hey Skeeters fans, if you're a senior, 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Will Scott here with Skeeters PA announcer Shane Brown on the pregame show. Shane, you've been here since the very beginning in 2012. Let's go back to the beginning. How'd you wind up getting the job here?
Well, it was really interesting. I know that they were doing tryouts for just people in the community, and they put that on the website, and my wife signed me up. When I first came down here and was teaching at Westbury Christian School, I'd announced some basketball games for them, and I'd worked in radio prior to going into teaching, and so I came home one night. She said, "Signed you up for this tryout," and went down to Town Square and did a reading, and they were crazy enough to invite me back. And then there was 12 of us that were finalists, and we went over to Fort Bend Christian and did a tryout right there live over the PA system there, and was fortunate enough to actually, when I was hired as a backup. So they had hired a guy, and then they asked me to be a backup and told me I'd probably do maybe 20 games or so. And then about a week after that decision was made, the gentleman that got the original job took a job in Dallas. So they called and said, "Do you want to be the number one PA guy?" And I said, "Let me think about it." Yeah. So that was it, man. And then I've been here ever since.
What was the radio opportunity that you had before you got into teaching?
Well, when I went to college, I wanted to major in broadcasting, and so I worked at various formats, country, top 40, rock, and so did that for about 4 years, and then decided to go into teaching at that point. So it was fun, doing radio. It was very entertaining, and it's always been said I have a face for radio, so there's a reason why I hide behind the mic and you don't see me on a camera. Okay, there's a reason for that. So yeah.
So in 2011, it gets announced that professional baseball is coming to Sugar Land. What was your reaction as a local guy to hear professional baseball was coming here?
Well, I was stoked because I love baseball. I grew up near Cincinnati, followed the Big Red Machine. Even to this day, it's hard to admit that I'm a Reds fan, so summers are a struggle as far as my Major League Baseball passion goes. But I actually remember going to one of the very first fan fests they had before the franchise was even viable, and there was a physical stadium. And I remember, Deacon Jones and some of the leaders of the Sugar Land Skeeters, talking to the fans about what it was going to look like and how we were going to do things and answering questions. And it was very, very interesting. And I was really excited about it at that point. So just from a pure baseball fan standpoint, I loved the idea of baseball coming to Sugar Land, and then was really stoked just to be an opportunity to be a part of it.
So this is now your 7th season as a PA announcer. What has been your favorite memory thus far?
Well, I got to tell you, probably my favorite memory, there's probably 3. One of them is getting the opportunity. Clemens. That's cool. I mean, if you think about it, I'm like the answer to a trivia question. Who's the last person to officially announce Roger Clemens in a baseball game? That's me. Now, that ain't gonna win you a lot of money, but there's some knowledge that will not edify your life, but now you know. Probably second, number 2 probably ranks the very first game. I just remember being so nervous and just absolutely puckered up the whole night, but got through it. But it was really, really exciting. And then probably my fondest memory is when I didn't announce a game, but being with all the fans and watching the live feed of us winning the Atlantic League title, and being with everybody over in Stafford and watching that happen and seeing that transpire and just hanging out with the fans that night. That's probably the best memory I've had so far.
Has baseball always been a big passion? You mentioned you're a big baseball fan when the Skeeters were announced, but it's dating back to your childhood. Have you always loved baseball?
Oh, I have. I always have. I tried to play it and wasn't really very good at it, so I figured what I would do is just at least follow it as a fan. I mean, I remember when my wife and I were dating back in the day, you had to get all your information from newspapers. So I would get the USA Today, and I'd be driving down the road. I'd be having her reading me box scores. It was just a passion of mine, and just absolutely loved following baseball this whole time. So, I coach basketball. I love basketball, but there's just something special about being at a ballpark. and enjoying baseball. And I think it's almost the antithesis of today's society where everything's run and go, 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 go. Baseball kind of has a different feel to it where you can relax and enjoy the game, but yet there's so much strategy and undertow and current in what's happening. I think it's really a draw for me.
Nothing better than a day at the ballpark, for sure. We're talking with Skeeters PA announcer Shane Brown on the pregame show. Shane, you've been a high school teacher at Dobie High School now for many years. What made you want to become an educator?
Well, to be very honest with you, I had coached college basketball for 10 years, and really enjoyed working at that level. But the time that it took away from my family, it wasn't for me at that point. So I decided to go ahead and go to high school, and that gives me an opportunity to work with kids, but yet still not take away so much time from my own. And so I really kind of enjoy that mix. And plus, teaching high school gives me an opportunity to have things like this in my life, because this is an excellent summer gig for a school teacher. I mean, this is just ideal for me. So it's actually been a really good move for me and for my family, and especially just for the opportunity to be around with my kids.
You mentioned that you coached for a while. How did you get into coaching, and where have you coached around the country?
Well, I got into coaching because I tried to play basketball, but I never really got a whole lot of playing time. I was always the guy that jumped off the bench and gave everybody high fives when they came off the floor. That was me. I was not blessed with all the athleticism in the world, but I loved the game of basketball so much. I really studied it and really came immersed in it, and it provided me some great opportunities. So I had, like I said, an opportunity to coach in the college level for 10 years. I was at Rice University as an assistant coach for 3 years. We actually had a game on ESPN one night, man. So I still got that video, and that was cool. And been a head coach at Houston Baptist University. Was there for 5 years, and then took turns as an assistant coach at Colorado State, and then was a head coach at a small school in West Virginia called Ohio Valley University before I came to Dobie High School.
What would you say your favorite coaching memory is?
There's two of them. One, that ESPN game. Because of an assistant coach at Rice, we were the 13th seed going into the national tournament, and we were playing at UC Santa Barbara. They were number 4, and we beat them 64-61. And that was the largest upset in the 2000 tournament in either men's or women's bracket. So a 13 seed beating a 4 seed on national television was absolutely phenomenal. Probably one of my other favorite memories was my time at HBU, my last year there. We were very successful in the 5 years we were there. Very, very fortunate to have a lot of talent. But that last year we went 36-3, and at one point had a 33-game winning streak and was ranked number 1 in the nation. We made it to the national semifinals and lost in overtime in a game that was just a classic. So that's probably two of my favorite memories from college.
Shane Brown is a winner, ladies and gentlemen, taking Rice and HBU to the national tournaments and winning. You're from Kentucky originally, big Wildcat fan, but your other sports teams are all around the country that you're for. How does that happen? Well,
yeah, I bleed blue. There's no question. I am all about UK basketball. The Reds are local. However, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, and that's hard to swallow right now as well. But that's just because, when I started watching football, one of the very first football games I ever remember watching was the Dolphins-Chargers epic 1982 playoff game. And, man, I was just locked into how the Dolphins were playing, loved it. Then, of course, Dan Marino comes in, loved watching him play, and have been a Dolphins fan ever since, unfortunately. And then, so that's kind of how that works.
I'm going to ask you this as a Syracuse guy. A lot of people say that Rupp Arena and the Carrier Dome are the two best places to watch a game. I think the Carrier Dome's number 1. It shouldn't even be close. What are your thoughts on the Rupp Arena versus the Carrier Dome?
Well, I would probably ask you 3 questions, and then you tell me. Who has more national championships, Syracuse or Kentucky? You don't have
that in rowing. It would be Syracuse.
Oh yes. Well, we're talking basketball. Who's the winningest program in college basketball? Oh, that would be Kentucky. Let me see. Who has the more Final Fours? Oh, that would be Kentucky as well. So I guess really, if you want to see a winner, I think it's all about Rupp Arena and Kentucky. But I'm biased. That's just me. I'm just saying. But let the numbers do the talking.
I made a big mistake asking you that question. That was Shane Brown, the man you hear behind the mic here at Constellation Field on the pregame show. Back here in a moment.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, Swats and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Where can you go to beat the heat and enjoy some wonderful shade trees on the finest deck in Fort Bend? The answer is Dry Creek Social Club. They offer a large selection of craft beers, fine wines, and handmade cocktails. Relax and enjoy yourself indoors or outdoors. They also have a large dance floor and feature live music and a great atmosphere. Conveniently located nearby at 3333 FM 359 between the Swinging Door and Pecan Grove.
Come on over, 832-471-6668 for more information.
Welcome back to Constellation Field. Time to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Road Warriors. Alfredo Silviero, he'll be in left and at the top spot. Batting second is center fielder Matt Hibbert. In the three-hole, it's second baseman Chris Rivera. At first, Jose Julio Ruiz is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth, Geraldo Valentin. He's the DH. Gustavo Pierre, the all-star shortstop, bats sixth. Jorge Fernandez is on right, he'll bat seventh. It is Armindo Escobar doing the catching today. He'll be batting eighth and batting ninth. Third baseman Edwin Gomez.
In left field for Sugarland will be all-star Courtney Hawkins. Barrett Barnes, the leadoff hitter, is in center. Slade Heathcock, the former New York Yankee, is in right. Javier Betancourt, the third baseman tonight. Alvaro Rondon at short. Anthony Jansanti is back at second base. Matt Chavez, the first baseman. Albert Cordero is catching, and pitching is James Russell.
Oh, Russell's 2-3 with a 2.57 ERA. Doesn't have enough innings yet to qualify amongst the league leaders. But his 2.57 ERA, if he did, would be amongst the lead leaders. In fact, it would be fifth in the league. 8 games, 6 starts, 35 innings, 30 strikeouts, 7 walks, 29 hits allowed. And the first pitch by Russell, swung and a miss, strike one, 0-1. And we are underway, game 3 of a 7-game homestand and a 7-game series against the Road Warriors. Skeeters won 6-0 in game 1 and came from behind, raising a 2-0 deficit yesterday, winning by a score of 4-2. This one is smacked off to the right side, foul, no balls and 2 strikes to count. Russell is 32 years old, 6'4", 205 pounds. He was drafted 3 times, first time by the Mariners in the 37th round in 2004 out of high school here in Colleyville, Texas. This one on the outside corner, strike 3. So Silviero is rung up here looking, and there is out number 1, first K of the day, and there is 1 away. More on Russell, drafted a second time in 2005 by the Mariners in the 17th round, and that was out of Navarro College here in Texas, and then finally drafted in 2007 by the Cubs. That was out of the University of Texas in the 14th round in 2007, so drafted 3 of 4 years. This one is swung and fouled to our right. No balls and 1 strike to count. Last 3 starts for Russell, 1-2 with a 3.50 ERA. 18 innings, he allowed 18 hits during that span, just 4 walks, and struck out 15. Last time out, took the loss against the Revolution in a 5-2 defeat for the Skeeters, as this one is low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. 5 innings, 4 runs, only 3 earned, 7 hits, did not walk a batter. Struck out 476 pitches, 58 for strikes. He's a guy who does not walk very many at all. As this one is skied to left field, and Hawkins does not see it, fighting that sun. Still fighting it now. It's going to be Rondon to try to call him off, and he runs into him, holds on to the ball for a very scary second out. Great play by Rondon. He knew Hawkins couldn't find it, cuts in front of him, hits him, and Hawkins, a big boy, a little Alvaro, but he holds on to that one well.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I couldn't tell until the very last second if Rondon's going to be able to get that ball because Hawkins lost it in the sun. But what an effort from Rondon. He ran all the way out to left field from the shortstop position, able to get right in front of Hawkins and make a remarkable catch.
And that left field for any left fielder is brutal here to start a game as the sun is shining straight into your eyes, and it's right over the right field side of the stadium. 2 outs nonetheless, and Chris Rivera will step in, takes the first pitch for a strike. Rivera, 226, 7 home runs, and 16 RBIs. This one swung and a miss. And one thing you got to love about Russell, he works one of the quickest pitchers I've ever seen. Barely gets the ball, gets set, and he's going. I think he might start his windup before the ball even gets back to him. The 0-2. This one is on the outside corner, strike 3. There's the quick work. Strikes at 2 of the first 3 batters he faces. 1, 2, 3 go the Road Warriors here in the top of the first. Skeeters coming to bat for the first time when we return.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Hi, this is Ira Liebman, voice of the Sugar Land Skeeters. I'm here to tell you about our brand new Skeeters Speakers Bureau. Make your next occasion special by inviting one of our outstanding Skeeters players, coaches, or front office staff as a guest speaker. If you'd like to schedule an appearance for your club meeting, sports banquet, or any other group outing, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com and click on the Speakers Bureau link under the Community tab. Hope to see you soon, and go Skeeters!
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Time to take a look at the starting lineup for your Sugar Land Skeeters. Barrett Barnes in the top spot again. He'll be in center. Matt Chavez at first. Bat second. The DH today is Derek Norris. Gets a day off from behind the dish. He'll be in the 3-hole. The cleanup hitter, Courtney Hawkins in left. Anthony Jansanti, our player of the game yesterday, at second, bats fifth. The switch hitting catcher tonight, Albert Cordero, batting sixth. Batting seventh, former big leaguer Slade Heathcott. He'll be in right. Javier Betancourt is the third baseman, batting eighth, and batting ninth, Skeeters shortstop Alvaro Rondon.
Alfredo Silviero, the left fielder for the Road Warriors. In center is Matt Hibbert for the first time this series. Jorge Fernandez in right, Edwin Gomez, the third baseman, Gustavo Pierre, the all-star, at short, Chris Rivera, the second baseman, at first base, Jose Julio Ruiz, and catching is Armindo Escobar, and then pitching is Michael Lee.
Well, in steps Barrett Barnes, 255 for Barnes, 4 home runs and 23 RBIs. Barnes 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI single. First pitch here is a strike, no balls and 1 strike the count.
Michael Lee on the year, 1-4, a 5.32 ERA in 6 games. This is his 5th start of the season. Actually started the year as a reliever.
He is 6'7" out there. He is a big, tall drink of water. Wind blowing in from right center, like it normally does here at Constellation Field. Always death on left-handed hitters. 93 degrees here today. Humidity at 55%. A 9-mile-an-hour south wind. Ali is 31 years old, 6'7", 235, born in Las Vegas, Nevada. This one is hit into left field. Will it stay up? Unfortunately, yes, and kind of a nonchalant catch by Alfredo Silviero. Didn't charge it, and that one almost wound up hitting the ground to his left, but he catches the liner for out number 1. In steps Matt Chavez, 326 for Matt, 5 home runs and 40 RBIs. Lee was also drafted 3 times like his counterpart, James Russell. He was originally selected by the Yankees in the 22nd round in 2005 out of high school in Washington, then drafted again by the Yankees, this time in the 27th round, so 5 slots lower, in 2006 out of Bellevue Community College, also in Washington, and finally by the Red Sox in the 8th round in 2008 out of Oklahoma City University. Grounded to third, the third baseman Gomez fires it to first, and there's 2 down. So I guess if the Yankees couldn't have him, the Red Sox wanted him. And I'm sure it works vice versa. In steps Norris, 260, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. Lee in his last 3 starts, 1 and 2 with a 4.86 ERA. Left-handers hitting .316 against him, which is high even for a right-hander. He's played in the Red Sox, Braves, Diamondbacks, and Blue Jays organization, peaking at AAA. The 6'7" righty deals the first pitch to Norris and catches the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike here on Derek. Lee gets the sign from his catcher, Armindo Escobar. Starting to like that name already. It's not Armindo, it's Ermindo with an E. Lee features a fastball, a 4-seamer from 86 to 91 miles an hour. His 2-seam sinker, changeup, also features a slider and a curveball. This one is low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on Norris. No score here, bottom of the first. Ira Lehman along with Will Scott. 6 o'clock start. Shadows just making their way to home plate now. This one is low and away, 3-1 on Norris. Norris amongst the league leaders in walks. Also going to get a big fat 3-1 pitch here. See if they go away again here on Norris. They do. And the 3-1 by the righty. Check swing, misses outside. Great eye by Norris. That didn't miss by much. And Norris, another walk here. He'll trot down to first. 1 on, 2 out. And that'll bring in a cleanup hitter, Courtney Hawkins. So a very important walk there for Norris.
39th walk of the season. He's 4th in the Atlantic League.
So in steps Hawkins, 3rd in the league in RBI, 2nd in home runs. 265, 13 home runs, 47 ribbies. Open stance from the right side, stands close to the plate and deep in the box. Lee now will step off here. Kind of pointed to his head. I don't know if he was saying don't have the right count here. They're going to set up away here on Hawkins. This one is low and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Now teams have noticed that Hawkins, always with a power hitter, you try to jam a power hitter, you don't want to extend those arms, so they started pitching him inside. But now he's adjusted to that, and he's fisting a lot of balls into right field. So I think they're going back to going away on him a bit more here. 1 ball and no strikes here on Courtney. Lee from the stretch, a former reliever, but a runner on here. They set up inside, as I mentioned that. This one swung and missed. That one darted low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here. Hawkins' last 20 games has been killing it. 366 during the last 20, 26 for 70. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Also drawing walks, 7 walks during that 20-game span. She's not just hitting home runs. He's hitting for average. He's getting on base. The 1-1. This one is hit towards third, backing up, tough play, backhanded deep in the hole, long throw to first, not in time. Good hustle by Hawkins, great play by Gomez, played that as well as he could, deep behind the third base bag, but not in time.
Yeah, it was a great effort from Gomez just to get that ball back to first base. Hawkins showing pretty good speed right there, beating out the throw. But yeah, Gomez didn't have much of a chance to make that play to begin with.
It's not going to get any easier for Lee with 2 on and 2 out now. Anthony Jansanti will step in. Anthony now at an even 300. He was our player of the game yesterday. We'll have a chance to drive in a run here or perhaps load the bases. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 singles, a run scored, and a stolen base. And speaking of that stolen base, the Skeeters, now a 60-60 team. They have stolen 60 bases on the season, and they have 61 home runs. Of course, 61 home runs, always a magical number in baseball history. No balls and one strike here on Anthony. Even 300, 10 home runs, 32 RBIs for Anthony. Giansanti, last 14 games, I mean, that is 2 weeks worth. He is absolutely destroying the ball, hitting .481 during those last 2 weeks, going 25 for 52. He has scored 14 runs, a double, 4 home runs, and 12 RBIs. That's what you call en fuego. See?
Very hot. On fire.
He's learning. Those Spanish lessons are paying off for you, Will.
So are the math lessons.
That's true. The 1-1, strike on the outside corner, 1 and 2. What are the classes you're taking right now?
That's it.
That's enough, I guess. Language and
plenty.
math.
That's plenty.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Skeeters and Roadwarriors scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Yesterday, these two teams were scoreless through the first, and then the Roadwarriors jumped on top with a 2-run homer by Chris Rivera. Skeeters would score 4 in the 5th inning, go on to win by that 4-2 score. This one swung and missed, strike 3. So Lee gets his first strikeout at an opportune time. Strikes out Giansanti to end the threat. No runs, 1 hit, no error on base through 1 inning of play. No score between the Skeeters and the Roadwarriors.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere. Bam! And he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Hi folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Griff, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food, seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bisque, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulé. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Top of the second inning, a scoreless game after Russell made quick work of the Roadwarriors in the first with 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning. He will pitch to 4, 5, and 6. Meet of the order, Jose Julio Ruiz to start. Ronaldo Valentin, and then Gustavo Pierre, the All-Star shortstop. Lefty-lefty matchup here to start for Russell, and he throws a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. Ruiz, 289, no home runs, 4 RBIs, just joining this team semi-recently. This one is a little bit inside, didn't miss by much. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Shadows now across home plate. The 1-1 from the Skeeters southpaw. Wow, looked like a great pitch just off the outside corner, though, apparently. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. No score here, top of the second. Open stance from the left side for Ruiz. They'll set up inside, and the 2-1 is swung and fouled into the net just to our left, 2-2. Ruiz was signed by the Road Warriors on June 13th. Began the season in the Mexican League at 238, 8 RBIs in 20 games. That Mexican League is tough. You have 3 bad days in a row, and you might be done. One bad start, you could be done. They do not shy of pulling the trigger quickly. Speaking of triggers, that is the 3rd strikeout for Russell. They struck out 3 of the first 4 batters. 3rd K of the day, and there's 1 away, and that'll bring Geraldo Valentin. The DH 223 with a home run and 15 RBIs. In steps the right-handed hitter. Russell. His first pitch is fouled just above us. Actually caught the top of the screen, goes back behind home plate. No balls and 1 strike to count. As Russell continues to throw nothing but strikes. And now Valentin just trying to break up his rhythm a little, stepped out. They set up away, and the 0-1 is hit right back through Russell off the bag and takes a right turn past Jan Santi into center. There's a Bugs Bunny-esque bounce, and that'll be a crazy first hit of the game. And if you get a no-hitter and that's the 1 hit you allow, you'd be a little bit upset.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think Rondon or Jan Santi could have had a play on that ball, but it kind of took a weird hop off the bag, and there was no way the Skeeters were going to have a chance to make a play on that. Results in a hit.
In steps Gustavo Pierre, 249, 8 home runs, and 17 RBIs for Pierre. Pierre hitting well right now. 12 for his last 39, a 308 mark. 8 runs, 2 homers, and 2 RBIs. First pitch misses for a ball. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes to count. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for both teams. Russell looks at first. They set up outside. And this one swung and a miss as the bottom drops out of that one. Great pitch by Russell, the former big leaguer. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Starting to pick up a little bit more here. Flowing harder in from right center. If you're Russell, you have to be glad of that. Even the left-hand hitters with the lefty-lefty matchup hard enough, but trying to get one into left is difficult. This one is hit past Rondon through the 6 hole. And it'll be a hit, 2nd straight hit now. So 2 on, 1 out. That'll bring in Jorge Fernandez. Fernandez, 226, 7 home runs, and 16 RBIs. We'll step in and look down at his third base coach for any potential signs. Russell features a fastball 87 to 90, a sinker, a slider, a cutter, a change, and a curveball. So a 6-pitch arsenal. Our Texas native has 6 bullets. Every chamber filled. That's a lot of pitches, even for a starter to have 6 pitches. Most have 4 or 5. It's one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count here. No score here, top of the 2nd. Rodor is threatening with runners on 1st and 2nd, and only 1 down. Low 1-0. This one is a strike. Good fastball there. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and 2 on. The 3 games in the Atlantic League, all afternoon games, 2 complete, the other one in the 9th. The Ducks continue to struggle against the Revolution. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count remains as that one is fouled back to the screen. Russell looks in here at Albert Cordero. Russell takes a peek at second, comes home, and this one is a little blooper into center field. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to wave around Valentin. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off. They'll have the runner between 2nd and 3rd. They're going to chase him all the way back to 2nd. There's an out, but the run scores. Also moving up to 2nd is Fernandez. And it is 1-0 Road Warriors. Very surprised that Matt Chavez cut that ball off. Looked like they had a good play at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great throw from center field. I thought they had a chance to get the runner Valentine, but Chavez cut it off, and he went for the guaranteed out at second base. But I'm with you, Ira. I thought they might have had a chance to make a play at the plate. It would have been a close play, but, you know, you normally see a throw cut off when there's absolutely no chance of it getting to the plate, but that one definitely had a chance.
Well, much like yesterday, is the Road Warriors who jump out in front. They jumped out 2-0 yesterday, but lost 4-2. The Skeeters, when scoring first, are 34-11. When the opponent scores first, they're just 8-14. In steps Armindo Escobar. First pitch to Escobar, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The catcher came in batting just .250. No home runs and no RBIs, but that is in limited plate appearances. Russell will look at second and fire at home, and this one high and outside. The throw down to second, a good one, and just getting back in time was Fernandez. Right on the money, the throw. Oh, they're going to say the batter's out because he interfered. Cordero. That is a great call by the home plate umpire, Ken Leventhal, and that will do it. Escobar not happy with the call, but that will be out number 3. Middle of the second, still no score between the Skeeters and the Road Warriors.
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier Aveda Concept salon in Sugar Land. Locally owned and family operated since 1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa. 281-980-5160. 281-980-5160.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field. Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Attention decoholics and treasure seekers, Junk Hippie is coming to town, July 14th from 9 till 6. Junk Hippie invites you to check out their incredible one-day marketplace. Come explore over 150 vendors with vintage, boho, handmade and retro items you can't find anywhere else. Food trucks and plenty of fun will be on hand at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds for this unique event. Named a top vintage event by Country Living and Flea Market Style magazines, you don't want to miss this one day only, Junk Hippie happening. You can find out more about Junk Hippie at junkhippie.com.
Well, a strange end to the top of the second. You don't see it very often. And we saw the great throw by the Skeeters' Albert Cordero, who's going to lead off here in this inning. Cordero just missed getting the runner at second, but it was said by the home plate umpire, Ken Leventhal, batter's interference. The batter has to make some kind of effort to get out of the way on a throw. And home plate umpire Ken Leventhal thought he did not, and hence the batter is out, not the runner. Well, Cordero will lead it off here within a scoreless game. Cordero, Slade Heathcott, Javier Betancourt, 6, 7, and 8. 285 for Cordero, 8 home runs and 35. Catching today instead of his usual third. Switch hitter will bat here from the left side against the 6'7 right-hander, Michael Lee. Cordero, an Atlantic League All-Star, last 5 games, 5 for 16, a .313 average, including a home run and 4 RBIs. In steps Albert, at that open stance and crouch from the left side of the batter's box. Well, could have been much worse last inning, and it is a 1-0 Road Warriors lead. This one a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike the count here on Cordero. Shadows now past home plate, about a third of the way towards the mound. Lee shakes off the first side. Escobar will set up inside, and the 0-1. This one just misses inside. Good pitch selection, good concentration by Cordero. 1-1 to count. And when you talk about guys having a good eye on the plate, it doesn't mean that they always necessarily walk a ton. It's just that they don't swing at bad pitches. Some guys are first pitch fastball hitters, but they only hit things that are in the zone, not just a fastball anywhere on the first pitch. 2-1 to count here to Cordero. They'll set up away, and the righty deals, and this one fouled off to the left side, 2-2. A 1 run on 3 hits for the Road Warriors now. No runs on just 1 hit for the Skeeters. No E's on either side of the ledger. Slade Heathcott on deck, and one of those players that you almost can't wait to see what he's going to do next, both offensively, defensively, or on the base paths. The 2-2. This one outside, 3-2. You got to think he's going to give Alvaro Rondon a run for his money on bunt singles, the way he flies, and his bat control, and especially his pitch selection.
Yeah, you could definitely make an argument he's the fastest player on this team.
Payoff pitch, swollen and fouled off again. Great at bat here by Cordero. We'll see a 7th pitch here.
A team that already had, plenty of really fast players. You got Rondon, Jansanti, Barnes. You had Heathcott to the mix. I talked to Jansanti after the game last night, and, they feel like this is the best defensive outfield between Barnes, Heathcott, and Jansanti in all the league.
Payoff pitch. Cordero grounds it towards first. Ruiz has it. He'll take it himself. Waves off the pitcher Lee. And there is out number 1. 3 unassisted. Good at bat by Cordero. 7 pitches. Results in a ground out. That'll bring in Slade Heathcott. So what Heathcott does here. Now with nobody on and 1 out, could be an opportune time for a bunt single here. Gomez, at least right now at third, is even with the bag. See if he creeps in at all. Slightly open stance from the left side for Heathcott, the former big leaguer. Just joining us, Skeeters signed former big leaguer Gene Machi. Will be part of that great bullpen. That makes 13 former big leaguers on this team. I don't remember a Skeeters team or a team in this league that really had more than 16, but one of these days you're going to see 25 former big leaguers, or at least 20 plus. That's why on the low and in, 1-1. Of course, the problem with that is if that many big leaguers, some of them are going to get picked up, and the Skeeters have had 9 pitchers picked up this year.
Well, it feels like every time, a guy gets signed, Pete replaces him with a former big leaguer. It's unbelievable.
That's crazy. Great recruiting by Pete. So it misses off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. See if they set up inside here on Heathcott. They do. And this one is low and in. That'll run the count to 3-1. I was watching a game today, and I always say Major League umpires are just so good. I mean, they almost never miss, and they talk about Quest Tech and robots in the future. I mean, there's got to be some margin for human error. That's why I was against replay, because I think the umpires in Major League Baseball are the best in all of the 4 sports. This one is fouled off to the left side. Of course, the other sports gets more complicated. Football, there's a lot more men on the field and all around the ball at the same time. Same thing with hockey and even basketball to some extent.
But, there's a lot of close plays in baseball. I mean, you'd like to see them, go to replay just to confirm that it's right. Unfortunately, replay has slowed down the game a little bit.
A lot of it. And they want pace of play at the same time. But my overall point here is that, not to take anything away from the Major League umpires, they do a phenomenal job, is that pitchers are so much more accurate in the big league, it's easier to call balls and strikes. This one, speaking of which, misses inside for ball 4. Well, Heathcott on at first, and I have a feeling he's going to be running here at some point. So 1 on and 1 out here for Javier Betancourt. Javier 222, no home runs and 6 RBIs, but the Skeeters are right-handed hitting third baseman. Last 7 games for Betancourt, 278, 5 for 18. So those are driven in, 4 and has 2 doubles. Skeeters trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the second, trying to even it up or perhaps take the lead here. Look at the pitch count here on Lee. 28 pitches, 15 for strikes, 13 for balls, and not a great ratio. This one is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 to Betancourt. Should Heathcott successfully steal here, Skeeters would have exactly 61 home runs and 61 steals. And throw to first, speaking of which, Heathcott has attempted one so far in his brief Skeeters career, now game 3, but he was caught. See if they decide to run him early. There he goes. That throw down to second is in time. It looked like he slid a little early and came up short, and the tag got on him. So 0 for 2 now for Heathcott.
Yeah, that was a close play. Slide a little bit late, like you said. I thought he might have gotten his right foot there in time. It's called out, though.
So 2 outs, none off for Betancourt. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Javier. Road Warriors leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. They set up outside, and the 1-1 misses outside about 3 or 4 inches. 2 balls and a strike. Lee gets a sign he likes, winds and deals. They'll set him inside, and this one way outside, 3-1.
Mike Lee, a graduate of Oklahoma City University, a school that has produced former Astro Asher Tolliver and 3-time All-Star Freddie Sanchez.
Very nice.
How about that?
The 3-1, swung and missed, 3-2.
I wonder what their mascot is.
I'm sure you're going to look it up. There's one in this country you don't know? For shame, Will. I'm very disappointed.
I didn't even know Oklahoma City University had a baseball team.
Swat is skied on a 3-2 pitch left side. Shortstop Gustavo Pierre. The All-Star will bring it down for the final. So a very unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Lee with the ground out, walk, caught stealing, and pop out. We are through 2, and it is still the road thing over the Skeeters.
Where can you go to beat the heat and enjoy some wonderful shade trees on the finest deck in Fort Bend? The answer is Dry Creek Social Club. They offer a large selection of craft beers, fine wines, and handmade cocktails. Relax and enjoy yourself indoors or outdoors. They also have a large dance floor and feature live music and a great atmosphere. Conveniently located nearby at 3333 FM 359 between the Swinging Door and Pecan Grove.
Come on over, 832-471-6668 for more information.
Sweet 96 is a brand new radio station designed just to serve Sugarland and Fort Bend County. But we can't build the best without your help. Spread the word about our good work and we'll do the same. Like us on Facebook at Sweet 96 FM or drop us an email at our website, sweet96.com. Together, we will build a better city and Fort Bend County. If it's important to you, it's important to us at the all-new Sweet 96.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
Top of the third inning, Edwin Gomez will step in. It'll be Gomez, Alfredo Silviero, Matt Hibbard, 9-1-2 against Skeeters lefty and James Russell. First pitch to Gomez. Just want to strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So what does our survey say?
So Oklahoma City University, the team name's the Stars, but their mascot's a ram, and his name is Starsky.
I get the name part. That's a good tie-in, but is there a Ford truck plant in the area or something?
I don't know.
His needs further investigation, William. The 0-2 is chopped foul back into the left of home, right near on-deck hitter and leadoff man Alfredo Silviero.
There's a article written by News Oklahoma that said mascot at OCU is the star of the school. Ha ha ha. Get it? Because they're the stars?
Yeah, I get it. Ground ball the third. Tough short hop, even though it was a slow one for Betancourt, but makes it look easy. The toss across in plenty of time to first. And here's out number 1.
Oh, man. He won 6th place last month in the mascot division at the USA All-Spirit competition. He won 6th place, best mascot in the country. How about that?
Wow, I didn't know there was such a
competition. I was underestimating Starsky the Ram.
Starsky and Hutch.
He's pretty new. He's only been around for about 7 years.
Still need to know why they picked a Ram. This one is skied to center on the first pitch. Barnes is there, going back towards left center, and hauls it in for the second out. So 2 outs, none on from Matt Hibbert. Hibbert popped out to short his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Hibbert 232, no home runs and 6 RBIs. Hibbert with the shin guard on the front foot. Slightly open stance from the right side. And squares the bunt here, takes it just a little bit outside. 1 ball in, no strikes here on Hibbert.
I got something for you.
Go.
College officials decided to make a ram the school's mascot because that's the official symbol for Aries. It represents strength and leadership.
Oh, I should know that. I am an Aries. Oh, but what does Aries have to do with the school?
The article does not say that. Oh, wait a minute.
There's more.
The date imprinted on the cornerstone is April 1st, 1903.
Okay, yeah, just
April 1st falls under the Aries astronomical sign.
Yeah, March 21st, my birthday.
Look at all those little different
April
connections
20th.
we have to mascot.
Nice.
This is some good investigation for me.
You're like a PI. 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Hibbert. Russell is 2-1, is a little bit off the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, none on. Top of the third, 1-0 Road Warriors. So used to these games being scoreless early. Road Warriors have played very well against Sugarland despite Skeeters winning 7 of 9. This one is hit sharply to center, but Barnes is there and will grab the liner. So a 1-2 for Russell, his second in the first 3. Middle of the third, Road Warriors 1 and the Skeeters nothing.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases. Constellation Field has everything you need for a fun, family-friendly, affordable day at the ballpark. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Find stories that will inspire and surprise. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. See all that the Hall of Fame and Museum has to offer and plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Alvaro Rondon will lead it off here for the Skeeters, 9-1-2. Rondon then back to the top of the order with Barrett Barnes and Matt Chavez. Rondon comes in at 286, continues to drive in runs with no home runs but 25 RBIs. He was 1 for 3 last night with an RBI single. This one a strike on the inside corner. No balls in 1 strike here on Alvaro. Rondon, open stance from the left side of the box. This one way inside as he ducks back the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Rondon. Rondon last 6 games, 7 for 18. An impressive 389 mark. The 1-1, Swan and served foul down the left side, 1-2.
I mean, we were talking about it yesterday a little bit, Ira, but I mean, you could have made an argument for Rondon as an all-star. I mean, just the way he's playing, just the way he played down the stretch in the first half, and he's definitely one of the better shortstops in this entire league.
Kind of guy that every manager would love to have on their team. That's why Pete Incaviglia brought him here to Sugar Land after having him in 2016 in Laredo. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. And I saw the Punisher today down in the locker room for the first time. Skeeters Mark Haynes rejoined the team from last year, and he played for Pete for 4 years. So Pete bringing the guys that have performed for him here to Sugar Land. So one swung and miss, really tied Rondon up on a high inside fastball. That is his 2nd strikeout of the game. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd with the Road Warriors leading 1-0. Back to the top of the order with Barrett Barnes, who lined sharply to left field his first time up. Now, if you're a Road Warriors pitcher, every time you're out there, do you feel as if it's one of those 1-0 games every time you're out there? In other words, there is very little margin for error every single time you're out there.
I mean, you're having to pitch as the opposing pitcher every time. That's not an easy thing to do. And do it every single game like the Road Warriors pitching having to do, definitely not easy, especially against a good team like the Skeeters.
This one plunks Barnes. So by taking one for the team, he is now sole possession, first in the league in hit by pitches with 9. Plunked him pretty hard in the shoulder. Didn't even rub it. Goes down to first. Barnes doing what he does best in the leadoff spot, getting on base. And Barnes continues to have a terrific on-base percentage. His on-base percentage coming into tonight's action is at .403. He has now also extended his reaching base safely streak here at home to 25 games. So 1 on, 1 out for Matt Chavez. First pitch by the 6'7" right-hander as he drops down a bit. Catches the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Chavez, the all-star first baseman. 4th in the Atlantic League in hitting, coming in at .326. 10th in on-base percentage at .384. Wouldn't say Chavez walks a ton. He walks a decent amount of times, but he does not strike out. There goes Barnes. The throw down to second will never get him. And Barnes swipes second. So for Barnes on the season, that is stolen base number 9. 1 more, he'll be the 3rd member of the Skeeters with double digits in steals. Rondon leads with 17, Jan Santi 14, and now Barnes 9 of 13.
Well, Escobar last season, American Association only threw out 23% of potential base stealers. Barnes got a great jump right there. Not a great throw from Escobar. Barnes able to get there safely, easily.
And Skeeters really showing off that great blend of speed and power. Now 61 steals and 61 home runs. The 0-2. Swan and chop foul. I always talk about how baseball numbers work out. Listen to a few of these numbers working out. So Roger Maris hit 61 home runs in 1961. Roger Hornsby batted .422 in 1922. And Nolan Ryan, who has 5,714 career strikeouts, first all-time, 714, also the same amount of home runs that Babe Ruth hit in his career, which used to be the home run record. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The righty deals, and this one swung and missed as great slider by the right-hander. Gets Chavez chasing. That's his 2nd strikeout of the inning, 3rd of the game, and there's 2 down. Also, Warren Spahn, another cool number, has 316 career victories, 316 career hits.
How about that?
And Even that is a baseball term the great Mel Allen's call. How about that? See, you're in synergy. It's all coming together, Will.
Took me a couple months.
Those Syracuse people must be so proud of you. First pitch here. A strike on the outside corner. Well, there's at least one person here proud of you.
You know, the Syracuse people, we got a lot of people from New Jersey. So I have some Somerset Patriots friends. I have a Southern Maryland Blue Crab friend. Well, it's kind of nice to give them a hard time whenever whenever the Sugar Land Skeeters beat those teams.
So you got little side wagers?
No, I don't bet. I'm not a
Sports
betting
betting is legal now.
Not in Texas. Not yet. I think New Jersey legalized it, and so did, I believe, New Hampshire and Connecticut, and obviously
But you could
Nevada.
have your friends in New Jersey and Southern Maryland place the bets for you. The 0-1. This one is Swan. A hit down the right field line. Foul. No balls and 2 strikes here on Norris.
You know, obviously betting in Major League Baseball will be very popular. You think we'll ever see betting in minor league baseball?
It's just so hard to predict. I mean, guys getting rehab starts, you know. I think betting on baseball is difficult to begin with. It just, you know, I was talking about it the other day. You have these great matchups. You think, it's going to be a 1-0. In fact, the Cleveland Yankee game, Severino against Kluber, you think, and 2-1, 1-0. Nope. Both pitchers got rocked. Just too hard to predict. This one is fouled off just to the left of home. Count remains 0-2.
Well, with baseball, it's interesting because, you know, even if the Yankees or the Astros, you know, the best teams in baseball are playing the Marlins, they're going to be a 1.5 run favorite.
Well, that'll be the day the Marlins pitcher throws a gem.
Exactly.
Just too difficult.
Each game, you know, they're 1.5 run favorite.
I think if you're looking at a series, you might have a little bit better insight, but not a single game. Must have been a lot of betting on the Cubs winning the World Series.
Oh,
People
yeah.
placing a bet every year just in case. Those finally paid off for them a couple years ago. This one is hit into left field. This sun is going to hurt Silviero into the corner. Now he's got a beat on it and brings it down into that left field corner for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. A third of the way through, end of the 3rd inning. Skeeters trailing 1-0 here to the Road Warriors.
Want to watch a Skeeters game in style? We have just what you need. Our game day suites are ideal for entertaining clients, rewarding employees, networking, and even celebrating personal milestones. Let us make it easy for you. Suite rentals come with food and soft drinks, parking privileges, and even access to our Insperity Club. Drinking packages are also available. To plan your event, call us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field, Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Skeeters trailing in this one, and to take you through the next few, and to will his way through, Mr. William Scott. William, it's all yours.
Thank you, sir. Chris Rivera will lead things off as the Road Warriors are ahead 1-0 here in the 4th inning against Sugar Land. Rivera will face James Russell, who fires the first pitch for a strike. Swing and a miss from Rivera, who's at second base tonight. We've seen him at catcher as well.
Pulling a Craig Biggio out there. Generally, you worry about a catcher going a second.
Another swing and a miss from Rivera. It's really impressive because He's been significant time at catcher, shortstop, third base, and second base over his last few seasons in pro baseball. We normally see a catcher maybe play another position like Cordero does at third, but to play 4 positions as a catcher is really impressive.
Ultimate utility man, and talking about a shift, Jan Santi is behind second base, just slightly to the right, and pretty much with his feet on the outfield grass. I guess they don't think he can go the other way, as Chavez is halfway between first and second.
The 0-2, and that's upstairs for a ball. 1-2 count to Rivera.
Russell been extremely accurate. Now 39 pitches, 30 for strikes.
His team is down 1-0 though. That one is fouled off behind home plate. Rivera in 5 games against Sugar Land this season is hitting .277 with 3 home runs. If you remember, Ira, he was the hero in game 1 of that first homestand against the Road Warriors.
Hit 2 bombs as a catcher.
And he hit a home run last night. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 on the day for James Russell. And it's the first out here in the 4th inning. That will bring up Jose Julio Ruiz, the first baseman, in a 1-0 game. Road Warriors leading your Sugar Land Skeeters. Ruiz batting .289 on the season. No homers, 4 RBIs in 27 games. It's kind of surprising he has yet to hit a home run this season.
He's a big boy, but he hasn't been here long. Probably getting used to all those road games.
Yeah. Serving as the cleanup hitter tonight. He's hitting .142 in 7 games against Sugar Land this season. Cordero sets up outside. That is hit toward the third baseman, Betancourt. Throw over to first for out number 2. So 2 down here in the 4th inning. Road Warriors 1 run on 3 hits. Sugar Land no runs on 1 hit. James Russell has been pitching pretty well thus far, and he will face Geraldo Valentin, the designated hitter, with 2 outs.
Now 6 in a row retired by Russell after a 1-2-3 inning last inning.
Valentin singled his first time up. He got that 2nd inning started for the Road Warriors. That one is hit toward Betancourt again, and that is 3 put out, this time for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base for the Road Warriors. They still lead it 1-0, middle of the 4th.
Hey folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Grip, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food, seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bisque, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulé. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hi, I'm Ira Levin, voice of the Sugar Land Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters Baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugar Land's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time.
Sugar Land, it doesn't get any sweeter!
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
It's the former Oklahoma City University star on the mound for the Road Warriors, Micah Lee. He has pitched 3 scoreless innings thus far, and he's getting ready to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Sugar Land. Courtney Hawkins will lead things off. Hawkins, his first time up, singled, and he's raised his average to 265. Last 20 games, 26 for 71, a 366 mark with 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. Second in the Atlantic League with 13 home runs. First pitch on the way from Micah Lee to Courtney, and that one is ripped into left field, gets through for a base hit. Courtney Hawkins is aboard, swinging at the first pitch from Micah Lee. That brings up Anthony Jansanti, who struck out his first time up. Hawkins at first base. Both Hawkins and Jansanti have been on a tear. Jansanti, in his past 14 games, hitting .481. He was batting about .250 15 games ago. He's gotten that average all the way up to .300. And he looks at strike one for Micah Lee. You know, the Skeeters had 6 selected at the All-Star game, but they could have had even more. Jansanti, another guy that we were talking about. His overall numbers are really, really solid. And second pitch swung on, hit deep in the gap in left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Rounding second is Hawkins. He trips. And he may have had a chance to round third if he wouldn't have tripped, but Jansanti nonetheless able to get a double out of that.
Yeah, another nice piece of hitting by Anthony Jansanti. That is now double number 9 on the season. Actually has more home runs than doubles, amazingly.
So with 2 runners in scoring position for Sugarland, Albert Cordero comes up. Jansanti at second, Hawkins at third. And we'll have a meeting on the mound here. Chris Tribett coming out to talk to his pitcher, Micah Lee. No action yet in the bullpen for the Road Warriors, but that could change very quickly.
Oh, it's time for a little Baseball 101, this day in baseball history, brought to you by Texas State Technical College in Fort Bend County. Make your own history by earning your associate's degree at TSTC. Visit tstc.edu to learn more. Well, on this date, July 15, 2006, Chipper Jones, now a Hall of Famer, ties a Major League record by collecting an extra base hit in 14 straight games. The Braves' third baseman's fourth-inning home run equals the mark established in 1927 by Pirates outfielder Paul Wainer.
I remember exactly where I was for
when
Chipper
that
Jones'
happens?
last game.
Or in 1927? Where were you?
I was watching it with a friend of mine at a restaurant in Sweetwater.
Because he announced at the beginning of that year he was going to retire,
Yeah,
right?
he did. I remember his last game. I wasn't a Braves fan, but I was always liked Chipper Jones. Albert Cordero up now, 2 runners in scoring position. He swings at the first pitch. That's served into right field, and that will drop past the diving Jorge Fernandez. Courtney Hawkins comes home to score. Jansanti held up at third base, and the Skeeters have tied the game at 1 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, it's a tough play, that win, for any right fielder. Martinez just kept coming in, finally dove for it, missed it. Like it didn't bounce too far past him, otherwise could have been an inside the Parker for Cordero, but it just kind of died as it went past him, and unfortunately, Jansanti had to be held. Otherwise, the Skeeters have the lead here.
Slade Heathcott, runners on the corners for him as he comes up, and just his 3rd game as a Skeeter. The former New York Yankee.
Playing the infield back here, so they will concede the run.
Swung on and missed at the pitch low. 0-1 count to Heathcott. Jansanti at third base. Cordero, who just drove in the game-tying run, is at first. Comes the 0-1. And that's inside for a ball. Heathcott, the 29th overall pick in the 2009 draft. The Yankees were awarded that pick because they failed to sign Garrett Cole, their 2008 first-rounder. Where's Garrett Cole these days?
I know, I heard he's doing something locally here.
The 1-1 is chopped toward the first baseman, Ruiz. This could be a double play. Jansanti comes home to score. And Gustavo Pierre, the shortstop, couldn't make the throw to first base.
Yeah, that didn't work out at all for the Road Warriors. They're going to try to get a double play and let the run score. But Jansanti waited until they threw to second, took off immediately. Once that happened, you were never going to get him. I thought Ruiz was going to look at third, maybe looking back or even throw over there. But he tried for the 3-6-3 or 3-6-1, but nice takeout slide by Cordero.
Heads up base running as well from Anthony Jansanti coming home on that one. Even if they would have had a double play, Jansanti still would have scored the go-ahead run. So Skeeters now up 2-1. Throw back over to first. Brings up Javier Betancourt, the third baseman tonight. We've also seen him at second base and shortstop. He flew out his first time up. And he looks at strike one from Michael Lee. Betancourt last 7 games hitting .278. The double and 4 RBIs. Another throw back over to first to check on the runner, Heathcott. Betancourt spent some time in the Brewers and Tigers organizations. Swung on and missed at that 0-1 offering from Michael Lee. Makes it a no ball, 2 strike count with 1 out. Skeeters now leading the Road Warriors 2-1.
Very similar to yesterday. So it was a pair of runs by the Road Warriors early in that second inning. Skeeters scored 4 in the 5th.
There goes Heathcott. Hit and run. Heathcott will round second base, head to third. Javier Betancourt gets aboard with a single. That ball nearly hit the running Heathcott as he was trying to swipe that base.
That was a perfectly executed hit and run by Betancourt. Went in the exact spot second baseman Chris Rivera was.
Well, that's huge because with just 1 out, Heathcott is at third base. Just take a fly ball or a ground out to the right side to get him home.
And a little Alvaro Rondon in the 9th spot. Another chance with an RBI. Already has 25 with no home runs.
Rondon struck out his first time up. Runners on the corners. Just 1 out. And that is ripped into right field. That drops fair. Heathcott will score. Rounding first, heading to second is Rondon. Rounding third is Betancourt. He's going to score easily. And the Skeeters go up 4-1. Rondon with a triple.
Well, the flash strikes again. Rondon can really run. And Rondon on the season, that is his 3rd triple of the year.
Yeah, that ball went all the way to the far corner in right field. Rondon for a second looked like he was going to come home, try for the old-fashioned inside the park home run. But he was held up by the third base coach, Juice. So still just 1 out. Michael Lee has now surrendered 4 runs in this inning. Skeeters on top 4-1 over the Road Warriors. Barrett Barnes, the leadoff hitter, will step in. And he skies that one shallow center field. Coming in to make the catch is Gustavo Pierre, the shortstop. 2 down. Rondon still at third base. That will bring up Matt Chavez. Chavez 0 for 2 thus far with a strikeout and a ground out. Is a chance for his 41st RBI of the season. He's 4th in the Atlantic League in hitting with a .327 average. 10th in the league in on-base percentage. He awaits the first pitch from Lee, and it's swung on and missed.
60 pitches now for Lee, 40 for strikes, 20 for balls. I mean, a good 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio, but he's down by 3 now.
Three-hole hitter Derek Norris is on deck. Wind blowing in from right center field. The catcher Escobar will set up outside. He awaits the 0-1, and that is indeed outside and low for a ball. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Sugarland 4 runs on 6 hits. All 4 of those runs have been scored in this inning. Road Warriors 1 run on 3 hits. Prior to this inning, Mike Aaliyah just surrendered 1 hit. Swung on and missed by Chavez. 1-2 count to the Redwood City, California native, who spent some time with the Padres organization. Last appeared in affiliated ball in 2015 with their single A affiliate Lake Elsinore. Swung on and missed. 4th strikeout from Lee. Throw over to first to get Chavez, but not before the Skeeters put up 4 runs to take a 4-1 lead over the Road Warriors. After 4, your Skeeters on top.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Sweet 96 is a brand new radio station designed just to serve Sugarland and Fort Bend County. But we can't build the best without your help. Spread the word about our good work and we'll do the same. Like us on Facebook at Sweet 96 FM or drop us an email at our website, sweet96.com. Together, we will build a better city and Fort Bend County. If it's important to you, it's important to us at the all-new Sweet 96.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
Well, if you're just joining us, Sugarland took a 4-1 lead over the Road Warriors with a big 4th inning. Road Warriors will try to respond here against James Russell. Gustavo Pierre will lead things off, the shortstop, who singled his first time up. And he looks at strike 1. It's kind of surprising, Ira, that Gustavo has not been batting the top of this Road Warriors lineup.
Maybe a little further up, and you always want your power guys 4, 5, and 6, and he does have 8 home runs.
Well, that's his 2nd hit of the game. That one's sent into center field for a base knock. And the Road Warriors have a runner aboard here with no outs in the 5th inning.
By the way, all the other games around the league final, York edges out the Ducks 2-1 after 2 lopsided scores from each team in the first 2 games of that series. The Bees also edged the Blue Crabs 6-5, and the Barnstormers lose to the Patriots in a 3rd 1-run game, 3-2.
Jorge Fernandez Diaz comes up to bat here. He singled his first time up, driving in the only run the Road Warriors have currently. Fouls off the first pitch from Russell. Skeeters 4 runs on 6 hits. Road Warriors 1 run on 4. Pierre the runner at first base. Norris will set up inside. There goes Pierre. It's a hit and run. That one's fouled off again to the right side. So an 0-2 count on Jorge Fernandez, who is hitting 166 in 9 games against Sugar Land this season.
Pierre, the only member of this team with double digits in steals. He has stolen 10. He's 10 for 12.
See if they send him again here. They will not, as that is an inside pitch to Fernandez for a ball.
Gonna pick up that back leg, literally jumping rope there.
That's kind of impressive. Nice dodge right there from Fernandez. 1 ball, 2 strike count to the right fielder. Norris will set up inside once again, but not before another throw back over to first. Fernandez spent last season with Sussex County, the Can-Am, hitting .208 with 10 homers and 36 RBIs in 72 games. Drafted by the Twins originally. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 5 from James Russell got Fernandez to swing at the pitch inside. So 1 down here in the 5th inning.
Russell's high this season was 2 starts ago, 7 strikeouts. So he is tied the second most strikeouts he's had in a game. He also struck out 5 back on June 11th. That was against these Road Warriors. Got a no decision, pitching 4 shutout innings. That was his first start.
Another throw back over to first. James Russell keeping close watch on the speedy Pierre. That'll bring up Armindo Escobar.
By the way, Russell, with his 4 shutout innings so far, he has now thrown 14 straight shutout innings in now his 3rd start against these Road Warriors.
Escobar looks at strike 1 from Russell. Escobar spent 5 years in the Cuban National Series, a .228 career average, before coming to the States to play in the American Association. There goes Pierre, and Cordero, they're going to say that one's fouled off. I was going to say Cordero was not going to have a chance to get him.
Almost looked like it might be another potential batter's interference as he kind of got bumped. But couldn't hold on to the ball.
It's already been a batter's interference called in this game on Escobar. That would have been crazy. The second in the game by the same player. That ended the 2nd inning. 0-2 count to the catcher Escobar. And that is fouled off to the right side, out of play. Escobar has never played a position besides catcher in his professional career. Kind of different from Rivera, who has played second base, shortstop, and third base. This is just his 7th game this season with the Road Warriors. Cordero sets up outside. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Got Escobar to chase. Back-to-back strikeouts for Russell, and his 6th total on the day. He is really starting to feel it right now, Ira.
Yep, 54 pitches, 44 of them for strikes, and he is mowing down the Road Warriors. The only blip was that RBI single in the 2nd, which, by the way, is the only consecutive singles he has allowed. He'll have 3 straight in the 2nd.
James Russell, the former Texas Longhorn, back in Texas pitching for the Skeeters. Tomorrow will be Yasutomo Kubo making his Skeeters debut. He began the 28th season with the Gary South Shore Railcats of the American Association. Also played in the Japanese Professional Baseball League for many years. First pitch on the way to Gomez. That served into right center field. Barnes will come over to make the catch. So James Russell, 5 innings, just 1 on 4 hits. Middle of the 5th inning. Skeeters on top, 4-1.
Attention decoholics and treasure seekers, Junk Hippie is coming to town, July 14th from 9 till 6. Junk Hippie invites you to check out their incredible one-day marketplace. Come explore over 150 vendors with vintage, boho, handmade and retro items you can't find anywhere else. Food trucks and plenty of fun will be on hand at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds for this unique event. Named a top vintage event by Country Living and Flea Market Style magazines, you don't want to miss this one day only Junk Hippie happening. You can find out more about Junk Hippie at junkhippie.com.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters leading the Road Warriors 4-1 as we begin action here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Dino himself, Derek Norris, will lead things off at DH tonight, getting a night off from behind the plate. Cordero doing the catching duties. Michael Lee still on the mound, and he delivers a first strike to Derek Norris. Still no action in the Road Warriors bullpen.
Well, he had 65 pitches right now, so not only walked a couple.
Strike two called. That paints the inside corner on the pitch from Michael Lee.
A lot of former Skeeters on that pitching staff. Kelvin Villa starting tomorrow. Andrew Johnston, Chris Tribut, the player coach, Zach Senicola, who we saw the first two nights.
Kelvin Villa, who will have our pregame interview tomorrow, is the only member of this Road Warriors team that was on the first Road Warriors team in 2011.
Interesting to hear the comparisons.
And Villa, an Atlantic League veteran, he's played for Newark, Bridgeport, Sugar Land, and now the Road Warriors. Setting up outside is Escobar, and fouling it off is Norris.
Three of those four teams don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm interested to ask Villa tomorrow, aside from, teams coming and going, how has the Atlantic League changed as a whole these past 8 seasons in terms of competition? Has the competition improved? So that Atlantic League definitely the best independent baseball league there is. That's fouled off again to the right side. In your 7 seasons here in Sugar Land, how do you feel like the Atlantic League has changed?
It's like any other league that there are peaks and valleys, and we saw the great competition, and the great amount of players, especially big league players here over the first 5. Then last year, maybe even partly the year before, there was a lot more American Association guys playing in this league. But now with all those free agents, those mid-level guys that are free agents from the big leagues, it has jumped up another tier. Skeeters have 13 alone. Even the Road Warriors have 3. Sugarland had 16 at one point this season.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch upcoming to Norris, and that's fouled very sharply to the right side. Road Warriors dugout dodging that one. Close call. Derek Norris, just a Major League All-Star a couple seasons ago. He was available. Skeeters went out to get him. Slade Heathcock, a former prize prospect. Just unbelievable, some of the names that have become available.
You just think about how deep the Skeeters are. 13 former big leaguers, 3 former first-round picks, a Major League Baseball All-Star, which you do not see very often in this league.
K-Rod now pitching for the Ducks. I mean,
there's another.
Yeah.
Fourth all-time in saves. He's playing here in the Atlantic League. And outside of Roger Clemens, I don't know anybody has a bigger resume.
And Norris will see a payoff pitch. Norris so good at being patient in the box, and makes sense because he's fourth in the Atlantic League in walks. Last 17 games hitting .349. The home run, 8 RBIs. The former Wichita State Shocker commit. You weren't a fan of Wichita State's mascot.
No, it wasn't. It was terrifying for children. A little too strange looking for my taste.
You like Ramsky the Star better? That is sent to the first baseman Ruiz. And that is a fly out for out number 1.
I mean, it's battle of who wants it least, basically. Not thrilled with either one of those mascots. There no Swatson.
Swatson is the best, for sure. And I think we're going to try to get Swatson for an interview here sometime this upcoming week.
Hopefully. See if he's available.
I mean,
buzzing around the ballpark.
We're going to have to have a translator or something.
Something.
I mean, who speaks Swatsonese?
I think there's only one person I know of. And it's not me.
You don't speak Swatsonese?
I do not. I can get the gist.
Yeah?
It's like,
but you're not good enough to be an official translator.
You know, they also have Spanglish. Mine is Swat-Tanglish.
That is sent to the third baseman, Gomez on one hop, who retires Hawkins at first base for the second out.
That's pitch number 75 for Lee. And exactly 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio, 50 strikes, 25 balls. He's pitching well, just really that fourth inning. The only time he ran into trouble.
Well, we saw last night the Road Warriors gave up all their runs in the fifth inning. And it's looking like we could have maybe a similar result here tonight.
They're getting good starting pitching.
Yeah.
You can't say that this team is coming in with no pitching. They've got a decent starting staff. We mentioned a lot of the former Skeeters in the bullpen. The bullpen's decent as well. It just seems to be hard to get consistent offense.
Anthony Jansanti will step in with 2 outs. Jansanti 1 for 2 thus far today with a strikeout and a double. The 1-0 on the way to Anthony, and that's swung on and missed for a strike. Anthony originally from New Britain, Connecticut. Got to know he loves to go play the Bees. To play in front of friends and family in Connecticut. Went to Siena College. And he sends that one to left field. Just shy of the warning track. Making the catch is Alfredo. Third out. No hits, nobody left on, no runs for Sugarland, but they still lead it 4-1 after 5.
Attention Decoholics and treasure seekers, Junk Hippie is coming to town, July 14th from 9 till 6. Junk Hippie invites you to check out their incredible one-day marketplace. Come explore over 150 vendors with vintage, boho, handmade and retro items you can't find anywhere else. Food trucks and plenty of fun will be on hand at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds for this unique event. Named a top vintage event by Country Living and Flea Market Style magazines, you don't want to miss this one day only, Junk Hippie happening. You can find out more about Junk Hippie at junkhippie.com.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
the leadoff hitter, Alfredo Silviero, will step in for the Road Warriors as they are trailing Sugarland 4-1 in the 6th inning. James Russell still on the hill for Sugarland, and he has been dominant thus far. 6 strikeouts through 5 innings for Russell, the former Chicago Cub. Speaking of the Cubs, Casey Coleman, in his first start with the Iowa Cubs, went 6 innings, just allowing 1 run and striking out 9.
Wow, nice job. Who'd they play?
Let's see here. They played the Nashville Sounds.
Nice.
So Casey Coleman in AAA. Hope to see him maybe called up for a postseason run with the Cubbies. That one is skied to right field. The right fielder, Heathcock, has a play on it. He makes the catch for the first out. So 1 down for Matt Hibbert, the center fielder. Hibbert batting in the 2-hole tonight, even though this is just his second time playing against the Skeeters in the series. .218 hitter on the year, no homers, 6 RBIs. 0 for 2 thus far tonight. And he looks at strike 1 from Russell. Matt Hibbert still looking for his first hit against Sugarland this season. 0 for 11 in 5 games against the Skeeters. Cordero sets up outside. And it's a swing and a miss from Hibbert. Down to the count 0-2. He started the year with the Barnstormers. Went hitless in 5 games. From Chandler, Arizona originally. Played college ball at Long Beach State for Troy Buckley, who is still the head coach for the Beach. They were a national seed last season. His senior season at Long Beach State, he hit .293 with 14 homers in 46 games. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. The pitch to Hibbert is swung on and missed. Got the center fielder to chase that one outside. 7th strikeout of the day for James Russell.
He's also retired 12 of 13 and has tied his season high in strikeouts for a game.
That will bring up Chris Rivera, who has been very successful against Sugarland this season. He's at second base tonight. Hasn't been good in this one, though. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 3 of his 8 home runs this year have come against Sugarland. On the season, though, he's just hitting .202. Cordero awaits the 0-1 pitch from Russell. And that's fouled off behind home plate. No ball, 2 strike count. You know, we talked about it yesterday, Ira, who the ace of this Skeeters rotation should be. You know, Connor Wade's obviously an all-star. He's been here longer, but Russell is really making a good case for himself right now with his 8th strikeout of the day, getting Chris Rivera and miss at the pitch upstairs. No hits, no runs, no runners left on base for the Road Warriors. Skeeters lead at 4-1, middle of the 6th.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Sweet 96 is on the air everywhere. On the radio from our Fort Bend County Tower site located on the Grand Parkway at 96.1 FM or online at sweet96.com. Click the Listen Live link and enjoy our community programming anytime you like from anywhere in the world, or just tap the app. Download the free TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone and search Sweet 96.
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier Aveda Concept salon in Sugar Land, locally owned and family operated since 1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa, 281-980-5160, 281-980-5160.
Albert Cordero, Slade Heathcott, and Javier Betancourt due up for the Skeeters here in the 6th inning. Sugar Land leading 4-1 over the Road Warriors in Game 3 of this 7-game series at Constellation Field.
6, 7, 8, and 9 in this order have done all the damage tonight, all 4 RBIs. Cordero had one, Heathcott on deck had one, and Rondon, 2 batters after Heathcott, drove in 2 with the triple.
Cordero 1 for 2 tonight with that RBI single in the 4th inning. First pitch swung on, served into left field. That appears that it will go foul, and that was a deep foul ball off the Wells Fargo Picnic Plaza. Fortunately, though, left of that foul pole. 0-1 count to Cordero. Who is hitting .285 on the season with 8 homers and 36 RBIs. A Skeeters all-star catcher / third baseman. He's behind the plate tonight. He looks at ball 1 from Lee. Action beginning in the Road Warriors bullpen. Wind still blowing in from right center field, starting to pick up a little bit. Michael Lee deals the 1-1 outside for a ball to Cordero.
Looks like former big leaguer Jose Ortega warming up in the Road Warriors bullpen. The War Room. There we go.
Ah, that's good. Finally figured one out. So who's the only team now that we don't have a nickname for?
Still don't have anything for the Revolution of the Patriots.
Okay, those are the 2. I thought you had something for the Revolution.
I got nothing.
Wrong. The War Room's pretty good. I'm impressed with that. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Cordero. Lee deals the pitch. Outside once again. Payoff pitch upcoming to Albert Cordero. His last 5 games hitting .313 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Originally signed by the New York Mets in August 2009 as an amateur free agent. He fouls that one to the right side past the Fadi sign.
Cordero in 9 games against these Road Warriors this season, hitting .242, going 8 for 33. Does have a couple of home runs and 6 RBIs, though.
Cordero, the longest tenured Skeeter, his 3rd season with the team. Awaits the payoff pitch, and it's swung on and missed. 5th strikeout of the day for Michael Lee, and there's 1 down in the 6th inning. Six straight retired from Lee now after punching out Cordero.
85 pitches now for Lee, so his night coming to a close here. 56 of them for strikes, though.
Aside from that 4th inning, he has pitched very well. Heathcott looks at strike 1. The former LSU commit. That was way inside for a ball. 1-1 count to Heathcott with 1 out. Skeeters on top of the Road Warriors 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Heathcott was the 2nd best prospect in the Yankee system in 2014.
Hence getting called up in 2015.
He had 17 games with the Yankees, 25 at-bats.
That shows you, you do have to look inside the numbers, because if you look at his minor league numbers, that power, average, stolen bases. Nothing jumps off the screen, but I'm sure the Yankees were looking at him closely and just kind of saw his overall game.
His only season with the Yankees, he played very well. As he looks at the inside pitch. 10 hits and 25 at-bats, 400 average in his rookie season, not too shabby. But he has not been in the big since that 2015 campaign. And that ball gets by the catcher Escobar. Upcoming payoff pitch upcoming to Heathcott, who started the year with the Nashville Sounds.
You can see that Lee is really starting to lose his stuff a little bit here.
Heathcott awaits the 3-2. No runners on base with one out here in the 6th inning.
You don't see that very often. You usually see the pitcher look in and he'll shake off the catcher. The catcher was shaking off the pitcher.
That one's chop foul. You know, we were talking about it before the game, but he's having a fairly decent year with the Nashville Sounds in the A's system. He hit 266 with 9 RBIs in 30 games, but got released. I mean, 266 isn't great, but it's definitely not terrible.
You never know. Maybe they had to make room for a draft pick or something.
Comes another payoff pitch. That one is going to be in foul territory. The third baseman, Gomez, was trying to make a play on it, but that's way in the seats. So Heathcott, we'll see another pitch.
That'll be pitch number 8 on the way to Slade.
Slade is a pretty cool name, isn't it?
I like it. Very rock star.
Speaking of rock stars, got the High Point Rockers coming to the league next season.
Yep, the name official a few days ago.
They will replace the Road Warriors as the 8th member of the Atlantic League. And Heathcott able to draw a walk, his second of the night. So the Skeeters have a runner aboard with one out in the 6th inning with a 4-1 lead.
I think if they do not get Lee soon, he might get hit hard here. You can see he doesn't have that same life on his fastball. A couple of balls in the dirt.
Javier Betancourt, who's been hitting the ball well as of late, 278 in his last 7 games, will step in here.
Always say that 90 to 100 pitch mark in the red, but the Road Warriors wear red, so I guess that wouldn't be 100% accurate.
Heathcott at first base. Now, would you send him here? Because there had been caught stealing twice in his young Skeeters career.
Not yet. I'd wait to a better count. Maybe 2-1, something like that.
One out. It'd be nice to get a runner in scoring position for Betancourt and then Rondon. Rondon had a 2 RBI triple his last time up. Betancourt singled. And he swings and misses at the first pitch from Lee. Skeeters 4 runs on 6 hits. Road Warriors 4 hits, just 1 run. Chops that one foul again in the Road Warriors dugout. Betancourt down in the count 0-2. Betancourt originally signed by the Tigers as an amateur free agent from Venezuela in 2011. Spent 4 years in the Tiger system, peaking at High A. He was the Midwest League All-Star in 2014 with Single A West Michigan and a Gulf Coast League All-Star in 2013. The Tigers affiliate. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Betancourt at third base tonight. A fly out and a single thus far from Javier. Batting here from the right side. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch. And that's way inside. Nearly hit him.
I got a piece of the bat of
really?
Betancourt. Yep. And then it ricocheted off the catcher.
It'll remain a 1-2 count to Betancourt.
Lee almost at 100 pitches now.
Betancourt spent last season with Double-A Biloxi in the Milwaukee system. hitting .243 with 6 homers and 22 RBIs. Another throw back over to first. You know, that stadium in Biloxi, they have a casino right behind the stadium. That's Betancourt with the fan base like, oh, yeah, it's interesting. You definitely get a lot of tourists who aren't from the area coming in to, watch baseball. So
yeah, Myrtle Beach has that same thing. Everybody
Yeah.
goes down to golfing or go to the beach. Not a ton to do at night.
1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. The pitch to Betancourt's outside, and Heathcott will steal his first base as a Skeeter. Runner now in scoring position for Betancourt, and Heathcott now 1 for 3 on steals. Got a good jump. Was a decent throw from Escobar.
That was also pitch number 98 by Lee. He has thrown 94 or more now in 5 straight starts. 3 starts ago, threw 100 pitches, the most he's thrown this season. Last time out, 96. So this is about the time where he runs out, as most pitchers do.
He allowed 5 earned runs in his last outing at Somerset. Allowed 4 earned runs thus far today. 2-2 count to Betancourt. Pitch on the way. And Escobar trying to make a play. I don't know if that's well out of play. Ira was hoping that would come to us.
That was to our right. I thought maybe it'd take some crazy ricochet bounce to the left.
Long at bat here from Betancourt. Still a 2-2 count. Heathcott, the runner at second base. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 6 on the day from Lee. So with 2 outs, Rondon will come up, who is responsible for 2 of those 4 RBIs. Had a 2 RBI triple his last time up.
He's got 4 RBIs in the first 3 games here against the Road Warriors. Has another RBI chance here.
Time is called. Escobar will go out to the mound to talk to Lee.
Exactly 100 pitches now, so this first pitch to Rondon will be a season high of 101.
Ellie Rodriguez hoping his pitcher can get out of this and they can go to the bullpen in the 7th inning. Rondon batting from the left side awaits the first pitch from Lee. A chance to extend the Skeeters 4-1 lead. Lee keeping close watch on Heathcott as time is called once again.
Like Heathcott at second. As soon as the shortstop snuck in behind him, he started going back to second, but didn't go all the way back, daring the pitcher to throw over. He knows he's fast enough to get back with a short lead.
First pitch on the way to Rondon. Swung on and missed at the pitch down low.
Mentioned Lee is fastball not as sharp here now in a 6th inning of work, but going to his off-speed stuff more and still has some good break on it.
Pitch 102, season high coming here for Michael Lee. Winds and deals. Nice pitch right there. Good breaking ball. 0-2 count to Rondon with 2 outs. Heathcott, the runner at second base. Sugarland leading the Road Warriors 4-1 and looking for another run here in the 6th inning. Lee deals the pitch, and that one is sent right to the second baseman, Rivera. Rondon thought he had another RBI, but instead, the Skeeters leave a runner at second base, and after 6, they lead 4-1.
Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas, at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Grip, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food: seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster biscuits, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulés. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that gator too. 281-762-0512.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. Relive baseball's greatest moments, connect with the national pastime, and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Hi, I'm Ira Lehman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters Baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time.
Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter.
We are La Casina.
Los Skeeters.
Welcome back to Constellation Field. James Russell on the mound here to pitch the 7th. Skeeters leading 4-1. And for the 15th straight time, I'm going to hand Ira Liebman back the lead.
What is the record, though? What is the record during this streak?
What do you mean the record?
What is the Skeeters' record during your 15 consecutive handing
I'm
it back
about
to
to
me?
find
They're not
out.
15 and 0. I know that. Going
Close to that.
sabermetrics and broadcasting. 4, 5, and 6 meet of the order against James Russell, who's thrown just 66 pitches through the first 6 innings, 54 of them for strikes. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. Ruiz, Geraldo Valentin, and Gustavo Pierre. The 1-0 from the left-hander. Swung a and tap foul back into left of home. 1-1 to count.
So if the Skeeters hang on here, it'd be 14-1 in those 15 games.
Wow, impressive.
Only loss coming against Lancaster in the second game of that series, but they won the remainder of those games to take the first half title.
The 1-1. Swung and a bullet to first. Nice snag to the left of Chavez, and there's one away. So you're saying I'm good at closing them down now. I'm 14-1 as
You're
a closer.
a good closer. I'm a good setup guy. What can you say?
Well done. 1 out, none on. (15 of 16) now retired by Russell, including 7 straight. Geraldo Valentin 1 for 2. He singled and scored the lone run of the game for the Road Warriors. Grounded out the third last time up. Skeeters leading 4-1 here in the top of the 7th. Off-speed pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Russell has the kind of pitch count and stuff tonight. We're going to be the first Skeeter to throw a 9-inning complete game. Sadly, the only complete game of the year was Matt Sergey on the road in a rain-shortened one. 5 2/3. But a complete game is a complete game. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Russell with a season-high 8 strikeouts, including 2 of the last 3 batters. The 0-2. This one just misses inside, 1-2. Good pitch there. When your waist pitches are off by an inch, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good night. 4-6-0 for the Skeeters, 1-4-0 for the Road Warriors. The 1-2 is tapped back to Russell, left side of the mound. He spins, fires, and there's the second out. 1-3 on the putout. That is now 8 straight retired by Russell. Earlier in the game, he had 7 straight. Jorge Fernandez steps in. Gustavo Pierre steps in. He's the only batter with 2 hits. He has half the Road Warriors hits tonight, who have 4 and are trailing 4-1. Both of them singles. He's 2 for 2. This one, big swing and a miss. Russell still plenty of life on that fastball. No balls and 1 strike. Pierre comes in at 249, 8 home runs, 17 RBIs. The 0-1 swung and a miss, chased the high outside fastball, and quickly Russell ahead 0-2.
His last 2 pitches clocking at 89 and 90 miles per hour. We're in the 7th inning.
Pierre hitting 222 against the Skeeters this season. going 6 for 27. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 9th strikeout of the night, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch time. Get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I do care if you never come back. Skeeters leading 4-1 in this one.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases. Constellation Field has everything you need for a fun, family-friendly, affordable day at the ballpark. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, Swats and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Let me hear you. Go it loud. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Shane. All right, Skeeter fans.
It'll be former big leaguer Jose Ortega on the mound to pitch the 7th inning for the Road Warriors, the 5'11", 190-pound righty. This season for the Road Warriors, she's 0-1 with a 5.40 ERA in 20 games. He has struck out 23 in 21 and 2/3 innings.
Top of the order for the Skeeters here in the bottom of the 7th. Barrett Barnes, Matt Chavez, and Derek Norris. Barnes lined out to left field. He was hit by a pitch and stole a base and popped out to short last time up, so officially 0 for 2. This one just misses off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Barnes came in at .255 with 4 home runs and 23 RBIs. Skeeters have a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to win their 3rd straight here against the Road Warriors. Remember, the Skeeters closed out right before the All-Star break. After winning 7 in a row, they lost 4 straight. Now trying to win 4 in a row. Ortega gets the sign. They're going to set up away here. The 1-1 is a little bit low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to count here from Ortega.
Ortega originally signed with the Tigers out of Venezuela in 2006. And in 2011, by Baseball America, he was named the 10th best prospect in the Tigers organization, making his big league debut in 2012 and was called up again in 2013 and 2014.
2-1 strike the count here. The 2-1 is low and away, 3-1 here on Barnes. Barnes hitting .250 against the Road Warriors this season. Three balls and a strike. Ortega from the stretch. The 3-1 is low, ball 4, and Barnes is on again. So no hits for Barnes, but he's on base for the second time tonight. 1 on, none out for Matt Chavez. And the big question is, will he run at some point? And this is what the Skeeters do well. It's his 4th walk of the night for Sugarland. It's going to take a look at Michael Lee's numbers here. Pitched fairly well, over 100 pitches. Lee goes 6 innings. He allows 6 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. 3 walks and 6 strikeouts, but really pitched fairly well. Only 1 run off being a quality start. Ortega first 5 pitches, 4 of them for balls. Matt Chavez steps in. Chavez 0 for 3. He has grounded out the third and struck out each of the last 2 times up. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Skeeters leading 4-1 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Chavez came in .326, 5 home runs and 40 RBIs. They set up inside, and the 0-1 swung and slammed down the right side, foul. No balls and 2 strikes to count. I think Barnes will take off at some point. He's already stolen 1 in this one, but he did give it back. And that's really the lesson here, kids. You take something, give it back. They set up away. And Escar wants to low it away, and that one is low and away in the dirt, but a great block on the Road Warriors catcher. Keeps Barnes at first, 1-2 the count.
Ortega spent last season with Sioux Falls in the American Association, putting up a 42 ERA in 45 games. Actually began this year with Sugarland.
That's right, it was cut after spring training. Sioux Falls may be the most unintimidating nickname, the Canaries. That really sends fear into your opponents.
Canaries sound about, is that like the little...
It's a little yellow bird.
Oh.
What are they teaching you at Syracuse?
I thought that was, like dessert. What's that dessert called?
There's a canary dessert? I have an expert in the room that I can go to here. This one is sent into center field for a base hit. First and second, nobody out. Sheila Garcia here in the booth with us. She is the catering expert. Life as she does it. She not only provided the meal today.
Oh, that was fantastic.
But she also sang God Bless America.
Oh, wow.
And she's a writer selling her books here today.
Very cool.
What?
Oh.
Oh, that's a good one, Will. Oh, she got you good. She is a New Yorker, by the way. How do you confuse a pet with a dessert? You spending time in New York now. You got to know these things. Oh, my goodness. One ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters leading 4-1, trying to add to that lead. Cannoli,
okay.
Canary.
Sorry.
My goodness. That's the worst one of the year for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I need it. That's borderline retirement worthy right there.
Sheila's
gonna
have to educate. Yeah, very close to a cannoli, by the way. They look very, very similar. One's yellow and one's a bird, and another one is a pastry filled with cream.
Similar.
Oh, yeah. So close. You're backpedaling badly, by the way. Quit while you're ahead. There goes Barnes, but staying at first was Chavez. Chavez certainly not the fastest guy in the world, but you want to go on the attempted double steal. Barnes will come back after that one was fouled off. 1-2 the count. Skeeters now with 61 steals in 82 attempts, so pretty good percentage. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. They set up away, and the 1-2 here by the right-hander. This one low and in, getting close to hitting Norris. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're taking now 12 pitches, 6 for strikes, 6 for balls. Skeeters leading 4-1 here in the 7th, looking some for insurance here. Gonna have to buy you a cannoli now. Have you ever even had a cannoli?
Can you let this cannoli thing go,
no.
please?
Oh, no, sir. Wouldn't be me if I did. This one is swung and a miss. 2-2. I have witnesses for that. I know what I'm ordering next time for our meal from Sheila.
I actually do like cannolis. Those are good.
So you do know what one is, yet you
Yes.
still confused it with a canary.
I mean, it's been a long day.
It's getting longer. So Norris strikes out, still first and second, 1 out, and ends up Courtney Hawkins. Courtney, a Texas native, but I'm sure he knows what a cannoli is.
All right, moving on. Back to the game.
Oh, no, sir, I am not done yet. Not by any stretch of the imagination. 1 ball and no strikes here to Hawkins. Hawkins is 2 for 3. Infield single, a single of the regular variety. Grounded at the third last time up and has scored a run. Came in batting .265 with 13 home runs and 47 RBIs. RBI number 48. Waiting for him down at second. The 1-0. There goes Barnes. This one is skied over our heads right here behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Skeeters leading 4-1 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Last affiliate action for Ortega came in 2015 with AA New Britain when they were a Colorado affiliate.
They used to be the Cannolis, right? There's a good nickname for you. Maybe in a downtown section of Little Italy.
I believe they're actually the New Britain Rock Cats.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
that's right. Yeah. How did I possibly forget that? Or maybe I already knew that. Spin and throw toward second by Ortega. One ball off of Gustavo Pierre's mitt. And it trickles off the back of Barnes. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Hawkins still. Big cannoli mascot. He's got so much potential. He could throw out chips. Chocolate chips, by the way, I mean, that are inside cannolis. No, you're never going to live it down. The 1-1. This one is high, 2-1.
Aren't cannolis very popular in New York?
Yeah, but for a guy going to Syracuse currently, I would
keep
think
in mind,
that you would know
Syracuse
this.
is upstate.
Oh, yeah, upstate New York don't know anything about cannolis. Or so in further up north in Texas is, they know nothing about the culture here, apparently. I've been further up north in Texas. I was in San Angelo for
New York
3
is
years.
Very different than New York City. Thank you very much.
True. There goes Barnes again, and this time he's going to make it safely into third base, Well, Barnes now joins the double-digit steal club. The third member of the Skeeters now has 10 steals with 2 tonight. Stole second, back in the third, steals third here in the 7th.
Well, it's not uncommon for baseball teams to have a food as their mascot. I mean, you got the Chicago Dogs in the American Association.
How many desserts are mascots? There's no cheesecakes.
That'd be a good promotion. Sugarland Cheesecakes.
This one swung and missed, 3-2.
You got the Fresno Tacos. When the Fresno Grizzlies turn into tacos for a week.
They're not a dessert either, from my standards anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We got to have a unique promotion here.
Cheesecakes, huh?
I like it.
Yeah. You cannot save face on this, no matter how much you try, as this one is high and away, ball 4, and the bases are loaded here. This dessert stuff's working. Well, bases are loaded here for Anthony Jansanti.
We're just going to call this the Rally Cannoli.
Rally Cannoli.
Yes.
Now he's embracing it at least. Embracing his humiliation. Jansanti is 1 for 3. He has struck out, doubled, and scored, and flied out to left. Jansanti on the season with the bases loaded 0 for 4. And now a visit to the mound here by former Skeeter and player coach Chris Tribett. Well, Skeeters looking for some insurance. Remember, insurance runs brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau. Texas Farm Bureau insurance members get free Skeeter tickets on Sundays. Just show proof of your current membership at the Skeeters TDECU ticket office, and you get 2 free tickets to any Sunday home game. Visit your local agent to become a member today. Skeeters leading 4-1 and threatening to break it open here. Certainly could be a make or break. And do you think that if this game gets broke open here, James Russell, who already has a low pitch count and potentially could finish the game, do you think that's a little more leverage for Pete Incaviglia to allow him to finish?
Yeah, I think so, especially with nobody warming up in the Skeeters bullpen right now. It looks like the 8th inning will be James Russell. So, I mean, look, you have a cushion here if Jansanti's able to get a hit. Break this game open, give Russell some breathing room. I'd like to see him go the distance.
But as a reference point, remember, Beeler had 8 no-hit innings, and he didn't get to complete it.
He was only at 99 pitches, too.
So a little bit behind that pace.
That was a closer game, though.
True. This one low and away. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
And definitely a lot at stake with Skeeters trying to clinch the first half title that week.
Also true. And this is the, benefits to clinching that first half. There are things that you may not normally do that you can do now. The 1-0 here from Ortega. This one is outside 2-0. Really not hitting the strike zone here. 9 strikes, 13 balls now. Not what you would call good. 2 balls and no strikes here to Jansanti. Open stance from the right side against the right-hander Ortega. Skeeters leading 4-1, looking for more here with the bases loaded and only 1 down. The 2-0, swung and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike on number 21, Anthony Jansanti. Barnes at third, Chavez on at second, and Hawkins down at first. Skeeters have walked 5 times tonight, 2 here in this inning. They set up inside the 2-1. Way inside, Jansanti jumps out of the way of that one, 3-1. Now a big fat 3-1 pitch coming here to Jansanti, and if Ortega misses, a walk in a run.
Ortega has no choice but to put this one over the plate. Look for Jansanti to be aggressive right here. Try to get some runs in. Hitting the ball very, very well.
The 3-1. This one is low, ball 4. He's walked in a run. Trotting down from third is Barnes. It'll be an RBI walk, 3rd walk of the inning. Jansanti gets RBI number 33, and the Skeeters take a 5-1 lead.
Shockingly, still no action in the Road Warriors pen.
Bring in Albert Cordero. Base is still full here. Cordero already with an RBI tonight. He's 1 for 3 with a single. He's also grounded out and struck out last time up. Cordero with the bases full this year, hitting 286 in 7 at-bats, 4 RBIs. Pops this one up to shallow center, actually towards the shortstop now. We'll bring it down Pierre, so the center fielder charging in. That is a big out number 2. And that'll bring in Slade Heathcott. Heathcott has walked twice. He scored a run, driven in a run, stolen a base, and was caught stealing. That's a full day.
He's doing it all.
It's like getting an appetizer, a meal, and dessert. If you catch my drift.
Oh, I catch it all right.
Not mentioning any particular desserts, but, whatever works for you. I'm a cannoli man myself, but hey, that's me. This one fouled off to the left side, 0-1. There's a hook, and you're not getting off of it.
Understandably. I respect that.
The 0-1, this one down low, 1-1. Your Orange Men colleagues are rolling over.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been a bad representation of Syracuse University on this telecast.
I know who's going to be more matter, GM of Legends and Syracuse grad Greg Hernandez, who's probably listening as we speak. The 1-1. This one is skied down the left side. Will this stay in play? Pierre stops short, almost crashes into that facade and the railing there, but that one goes into the stands. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Skeeters leading 5-1 with a run here. They got 4 of their runs in the 5th inning, 1 more here in the 7th. Road Warriors got their lone run in the 2nd. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Skeeters, 1 run on 4 for the visiting Road Warriors, who never get the first part of that title off their marquee. They're always the visitors, as the Road Warriors no home ballpark. The 1-2. Swung on and hit into left field. Coming in is Silviero, and he'll bring it down for the final out. But run, they get 1 run on just 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We're through 7 innings of play. Skeeters now leading by 4, 5-1.
Want to watch a Skeeters game in style? We have just what you need. Our game day suites are ideal for entertaining clients, rewarding employees, networking, and even celebrating personal milestones. Let us make it easy for you. Suite rentals come with food and soft drinks, parking privileges, and even access to our Insperity Club. Drinking packages are also available. To plan your event, call us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field, Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Hey Skeeters fans, if you're a senior, 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Top of the 8th inning, James Russell still on the hill. Get to his pitch count in a moment. Russell will deal to the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. First pitch is popped up into center field. Barnes is there, and he'll bring it down for out number 1. That is now 10 straight retired by Russell.
That's exactly what he needed, a 1-pitch out on pitch number 78. There is action the Skeeters pin, though, so Russell
might not have a chance to complete it. That would be a shame. He's currently at 77 pitches. You got to give him a shot if he gets through this one relatively easy. He already has 1 out here. First pitch of ball to Escobar. Escobar called out on a batter's interference. He's also struck out. He is 0 for 2. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Skeeters leading 5-1 here in the top of the 8th. And this next pitch will be pitch number 80 here. See if I can figure out who that's warming in the bullpen. The 1-1. This one hammered into left field. This is trouble, and this one's gone. Home run here by Armindo Escobar. And it's his first of the year, and now it is a 5-2 lead here. That might send up a red flag for Inky.
Not only Escobar's first home run, but first RBI with the Road Warriors, just his 7th game. That was a no-doubter over the left field wall.
Alex Wimmers, the former big leaguer, warming up in the Skeeters pen. That ends the string of 10 straight retired by Russell. Well, now a 3-run lead, and now that insurance run was a big one. Here comes Pete Incaviglia. Speaking of which, this might be all for Russell here. Exactly 80 pitches. Let's see if Inky goes to the pen here. Russell this season, his season high is 92. 2 starts ago, 76 pitches last time out. Has not made a move yet. And it looks like he's going to leave him in here. Pete not ready to pull him just yet, and I agree with that move.
Well, even though the Skeeters were only able to get one run that last inning, probably should have gotten more. That's still big because that adds an extra insurance run. Solo shot just cuts it to 3.
Skeeters leading 5-2 now here in the 8th. First pitch by Russell is a strike. No balls and 1 strike here on the switch hitting Edwin Gomez. 213, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs for Gomez. The 0-1. This one, great off-speed pitch, just misses off the outside corner. Maybe it went around the plate. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 in. Skeeters leading 5-2 here in the 8th. Curveball and a dandy. This one just getting a piece of it is a Gomez. Switch hitter batting here from the right side against the southpaw and former big leaguer James Russell. Russell with 9 Ks on the evening. And that looked like number 10. Wow, just missed. 2-2. He comes after him here. They will set up inside and the 2-2. This went into dirt 3-2. And a manager will generally strategically make moves based on if it feels the pitcher is running out of gas, if it's situational. But every now and then a manager comes out and he says, be honest with me, how do you feel? Now, the problem with that is any pitcher worth his salt is going to say, I'm good. Or I can get this one more hitter as this one is skied into right center field. Jansenti pointing it out for Heathcott. Nice job by Anthony directing traffic. That's the second out to the right fielder. And with 2 outs and none on and 1 in, Skeeters leading 5-2. We go back to the top of the order with Alfredo Silviero. Remember when we had Gary Gaetti mic'd up here a couple of years ago, he came to the mound to speak to Sean Gallagher, and he said, I'm going against my heart. And Gallagher talked him out of taking him out of the game, and it did work out. It's the manager who always will get the blame if he's wrong, unfortunately. That's when Swan and Miss foul tipped into the mid of into Cordero's mid, 0-1. .88 pitches now for Russell. This one swung and missed. No balls and 2 strikes.
Just 1 bad pitch in this inning, but other than that, his stuff has been sharp.
Now it'll be either at high 80s or most likely no 90s by the time he gets out of it, so I'd be very shocked to see him in the 9th. Check swing, did he go? Looks like he did, and he did. 10th strikeout of the game. Well, if that was last pitch, he has pitched a absolute gem, has not walked a batter, and he will leave with a 3-run lead at least. Bottom of the 8th when we return, Skeeters leading 5-2 now with the home run here. First of the year by Escobar. Back here in just a moment.
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Hi, I'm Ira Levin, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters Baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time.
Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter.
cannoli-esque music.
Oh, my goodness. Andrew Johnston now on the mound for the Road Warriors, the former Skeeter. This season for the Road Warriors, he's 2-1 with a 2.58 ERA in 22 games. He has 14 strikeouts in 24 and a third innings.
AJ, a two-time All-Star with the Skeeters, and also made the All-Star team here for the Road Warriors. So continues to pitch well. The Missouri native to the University of Missouri. Now AJ will face 2, 3, and 4 here. Excuse me, 9. One more time. Third time's the charm. 8, 9, and 1. Javier Betancourt, Alvaro Rondon, and Barrett Barnes. First pitch of ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters leading 5-2 here. They'll set up inside, and the 1-0. This one is swung and fouled off to the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Well, AJ from St. Louis, the Cardinals making a move. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it was a long time coming.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Cardinal fans feel the same way. There's a lot of squabbling in-house, which usually leads to managers being fired. Dexter Fowler hadn't spoke to Matheny in 2 months. So this one's got a shot. Nowhere close.
2 months, huh?
2 months. Then the whole thing with Bud Norris, the former Astros, using him as a snitch. I mean, it's time to go. Time to go. AJ, actually a 6-time All-Star, 7-time Pioneer League All-Star in 2005, Cal League All-Star in 2008, a Texas League All-Star in 2009, Atlantic League All-Star twice with the Skeeters, and now once with the Road Warriors. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here. Skeeters leading 5-2 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. A tall right-hander kicks and deals the 2-2. This one is high. They'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now, sadly, one of the guys that they are considering for their new manager next year is Joe Girardi, who is the exact same manager as Matheny, who does not do well with young players, and that's the Cardinals right now. This one hit into the left center field gap. It'll split the gap and roll to the wall. Around first, heading for second is Betancourt. He's 2 for 4 tonight.
Betancourt in the 8-hole really hitting it well. He's gotten a lot more playing time since the retirement. Kyle Kibitzy's taking advantage of it. Going deep right there. 1 hop off the wall for a double.
Well, AJ, who is a big part of the Skeeters championship season in 2016, not the first time he's been a closer. In fact, with his 7 saves this year, he's got 133 career saves, a career high 31. And that was back in 2009 at AA Tulsa in the Texas League on the Rockies organization. He also had 2 seasons where he saved 24 and 25. This one a bunt and a good one by Rondon. They only play at first, just a couple of feet in front of home, and that's another foot or 2. Rondon beats it out. Alvaro with his sack bunt will now set up another run here. Bunt goes down 2-3. Back to the top of the order with Barrett Barnes, who now has a chance for a sack fly RBI. So Rondon, on top of driving in 2 runs, which made the game from 2-1 to 4-1 back in the 4th, he might set up the 6th run here. Barnes so far tonight is 0 for 2, but he's been on base twice. He was hit by a pitch. He walked, he stole 2 bases, and scored a run. This one just over the head of first baseman Jose Julio Ruiz, and he loses his glove, leaping for the ball, and now has to grab it barehanded with his glove still on the mound. Excuse me, still on the ground. Where the throw comes in from right. That burned him twice. RBI for Barnes, and the Skeeters once again leading by 4, 6-2.
Well, you know, Ruiz, a pretty big guy. He reached up to get it, went right over his head, and that bunt was huge because it led to the runner getting the third, and Barnes hit an outfield to score.
That is our Texas Farm Bureau Insurance run of the game. As Matt Chavez steps in, He has grounded out, struck out twice, and singled last time up. He's 1 for 4. First pitch here is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. 6-9-0 for the Skeeters, 2-5-0 for the Road Warriors. Skeeters have 11 hits against the Road Warriors in each of the first 2 games and have a shot at 11 here. They get 2 more hits in this inning. Throw to first. Barnes gets back and certainly a threat to steal again here. Skeeters tomorrow will have Yasutoma Kubo. A right-hander will face fellow righty and former Skeeter, Raul Rivera. There goes Barnes again, a little nubber up the third base line. The throw to first in time. Almost a swinging bunt for Chavez. He'll be down 2-3, but Barnes gets into second. That's the second out. And Derek Norris will step in. And still warming in the Skeeters' pen is Alex Wimmers, who I think we're going to see in the 9th. So in steps Norris. Norris been on base once with a walk. 0 for 3 otherwise. He has flied out, popped out, and struck out. This one in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to count. I think that one got a piece of Escobar. Skeeters with 4 in the 4th. A run in the 7th, another run here in the 8th, leading 6-2. Take a look at the pitch count here on AJ. 11 pitches, 7 for strikes. Swung on and foul tipped into the mid of Escobar. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one misses. 2 balls and a strike here. AJ in 2016, a championship season, was 5-1 with a 178 ERA, 61 games, struck out 47, and walked just 6 in 60 2/3. A walk here by Norris, his 2nd of the night, puts runners on 1st and 2nd, so 2 on and 2 out. And this is what the Skeeters do well. They will wear you out. That is the 7th walk tonight the Skeeters have drawn. Well, in steps Courtney Hawkins, always a threat. He's been on base 3 times tonight. That's one fouled off to the right side, 0-1. 2 singles and a walk. He's also scored a run. Officially 2 for 3. In 2016, after those numbers I just mentioned by AJ, he was named the Skeeters Pitcher of the Year. Drafted twice, we mentioned in the 9th round in the Rockies of the University of Missouri, as this one is swung and missed 0-2. But he was also drafted by Cleveland in the 26th round in 2003 out of high school. Got as high as AAA in the Rocky system, Colorado Springs. His best season 2009 with Tulsa that year, and he had the 31 saves. He was 2-4 with a 3.69 ERA in 56 games. The 0-2. It's one high, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 2-time All-Star with Sugar Land in 2014 and 2016. The right-hander looks in for the sign. They'll set up outside, and this one is poked into right field. Another base hit. Let's see if they're going to wave around Barnes. They will. He'll slide in safely. Oh, the catcher wasn't anywhere near the plate. The Skeeters now lead 7-2.
Skeeters continue to tack on runs. They're getting hits with runners on base and able to create some breathing room for Russell if he's able to come out for the 9th. Not sure if this 8th inning will affect Pete Incaviglia's decision for a potential complete game.
Hawkins with his 48th RBI of this season, and intercepts Anthony Jansanti. Anthony's been on base twice. He has doubled, scored a run, walked a run in with the bases loaded and got an RBI. He's 1 for 3 officially. And the first pitch to Jansanti is high, 1-0. Skeeters now with 10 hits, looking for 11 hits for the third straight night if Anthony can get a hit here. That'd be something. 33 hits in 3 days. They set up outside and the 1-0. This one is a chopper foul just to the left of home. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Skeeters with another pair in here. They lead by 5, 7-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Next pitch here by AJ will be pitch number 20 on the night. So far 12 strikes, 7 balls. The 1-1 by the right-hander. This one in the dirt, 2-1 on number 2-1, Anthony Jansanti. AJ's pace slowing down a bit here. It's the 7th batter he's faced here in the 8th. The 2-1. High, 3-1. Well, if AJ throws a fastball here, which is a fastball count at 3-1, Jansanti may come out of his shoes here. Those Skeeter blue cleats. The 3-1. Swing again, a bullet, but right to the shortstop, Pierre. He'll take the long route to first, and that will do it. So the Skeeters fall short of 11 straight night, but they do get 2 runs. They get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Last chance for the Road Warriors. Skeeters get a pair. Their lead now 5-7-2. We'll see who's going to close it out in the 9th when we get back here in a moment.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Where can you go to beat the heat and enjoy some wonderful shade trees on the finest deck in Fort Bend? The answer is Dry Creek Social Club. They offer a large selection of craft beers, fine wines, and handmade cocktails. Relax and enjoy yourself indoors or outdoors. They also have a large dance floor and feature live music and a great atmosphere. Conveniently located nearby at 3333 FM 359 between the Swinging Door and Pecan Grove.
Come on over, 832-471-6668 for more information.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Well, it will be Alex Wimmers making his 3rd appearance as a Skeeter. The 6'2", 215-pound Ohio State alum will try to close this one out of the 9th for the Skeeters this season. In 2 games, he has a 10.80 ERA. Just 3 innings pitched, though, he has struck out 5.
Wimmers will face 2, 3, and 4. Matt Hibbard. And then he'll be followed by Chris Rivera and Jose Julio Ruiz. There's a former first-round pick, the 4th first-round pick on this squad. He was drafted 21st overall by the Twins. That was in 2010. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. First 2 outings were a little tough for Whitmers. July 6th, 1 2/3. They allowed 2 runs last time out. Excuse me, the time before that, his only other outing on July 3rd, 1 2/3, also 2 runs. 2 balls and a strike here on Hibbert, who's 0 for 3. He has popped out, lined out, and struck out. This one is fouled off. Skeeters leading 7-2 here in the top half of the 9th. Whitmer's trying to close it out. Get you the final numbers here on James Russell, who pitched an absolute gem here today. 89 pitches, 71 for strikes, 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both are no walks, and 10 strikeouts. This one is hit hard down the right side, foul. Count remains 2-2, so Russell really with a phenomenal game. The 2-2. This one is hit down the left field line. In the corner is Hawkins, but he's going to run out of room as that one goes into the Wells Fargo Picnic Plaza. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skeeters leading 7-2. What happened down there in the corner? The ball fell back on the field. Hawkins hit the wall a little hard, I'm taking. He's kind of bent over on 2 knees, but he was out of my line of sight. The grandstand in the corner there blocks it. Let's see if Whitmers can get Hibbert having a good at bat here. Guadera wants it outside, and this one swung on, off-speed pitch, popped up left side. Rondon it short on the outfield grass, brings it down for out number 1, and the Skeeters are 2 outs away from winning the first 3 games of this series. And we have a pinch hitter here. Melvin Rodriguez will come in and pinch hit for Chris Rivera. So in steps Melvin Rodriguez. Rodriguez will bat from the left side. A left-handed hitter against the righty and former big leaguer Alex Whitmers. This one fouled into the screen in front of me. 0-1 the count. Whitmers was signed by the Skeeters on June 29th. Began the season at AAA New Orleans for the Baby Cakes. No record, but a .982 ERA in 4 relief appearances. Last appeared in the majors just last year. The Twins. No record of .491 ERA in 6 relief appearances. It is big league debut in 2016 on August 26th with the Twins. This one a strike 1 2. Parts of 2 seasons in the bigs, 1 3 with a .438 ERA. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up again. Shallow left center. Again, it's Rondon backpedaling in shallow left center field. He brings it down for the 2nd out. Now the Skeeters are 1 out away. Well, in steps Jose Julio Ruiz, the only batter standing between Whitmers and a Skeeters victory. In the year that Whitmers was drafted in the first round in 2010, the first overall pick was Bryce Harper. This one swung and grounded foul off of first. Manny Machado, I think we've heard his name a lot lately. He was 3rd overall. Matt Harvey of the Mets. That did not work out well. It did at first. He was drafted 7th overall that season. Delano DeShields 8th for the Astros. Yasmani Grandal of the Reds. Yasmani drafted 12th overall by Cincinnati. Then Wimmer's at 21. Christian Yelich, 2 slots behind him by the Marlins. This one hit towards first. That is a foul ball. Just kicked foul behind the first base back. Chavez grabs it, but a foul ball. Anybody? Yeah, another notable. Never know how it works out. The Blue Jays, yes, the Blue Jays, not the Mets, picked Noah Syndergaard, 38th overall. That didn't work out in 2 ways for the Blue Jays. They never saw the real Noah Syndergaard. This one swung on and missed, strike 3, and that's the game. Great job by Wimmers as he gets a 1-2-3 ninth, and that's the game as the Skeeters win this one by a final score of 7-2. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Sugarland. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Road Warriors. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the final numbers. Scott will have our player of the game. Post-game show to ensue. And we'll preview tomorrow's Game 4 pitching matchup. All that and more. We return on the Skeeters post-game show in a moment.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Where can you go to beat the heat and enjoy some wonderful shade trees on the finest deck in Fort Bend? The answer is Dry Creek Social Club. They offer a large selection of craft beers, fine wines, and handmade cocktails. Relax and enjoy yourself indoors or outdoors. They also have a large dance floor and feature live music and a great atmosphere. Conveniently located nearby at 3333 FM 359 between the Swinging Door and Pecan Grove.
Come on over, 832-471-6668 for more information.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugarland. Go Skeeters!
Welcome to the Skeeters post-game show. An excited Ira Liebman as the Skeeters win by a final score of 7-2. 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Sugarland. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Road Warriors. The winning pitcher is James Russell, who's 3-3 now. Losing pitcher is Michael Lee, 1-5. Time of the game, 2 hours and 42 minutes in front of 4,454 fans here at Constellation Field. Road Warriors got on top for the second game in a row. They led 1-0. It was in the second after Geraldo Valentin lost with a single. Gustavo Pierre singled, and then Jorge Fernandez had an RBI single that drove in Valentin. It was 1-0 Road Warriors. The Skeeters got 4 in the fourth, though. It was the first 3 hitters who all got hits. A single by Courtney Hawkins, a double by Anthony Jansanti, an RBI by Albert Cordero, tying it at 1. And Slade Heathcott hit into a fielder's choice that drove in another. Gave the Skeeters their first lead, and they would never look back from that. That made it 2-1, and then 2 batters later, Alvaro Rondon hit a triple, his third of the year, and it was 4-1 Sugarland. The Skeeters would get another run in the 7th inning. It was in the 7th where it was a bases-loaded walk by Anthony Jansanti, and it was a 5-1 lead. The Road Warriors get their only other run in the 8th on an RBI single. And that was, on a home run, first of the year by Armindo Escobar, and it was a 6-2 game. 5-2 game, excuse me. Skeeters got a pair of runs in the 8th. A leadoff double by Javier Betancourt, an RBI single by Barrett Barnes, and an RBI single by Courtney Hawkins, as the Skeeters go on to win by a score of 7-2. Well, no surprise who our player of the game is. Will Scott is standing by with James Russell. Will.
Thanks, Ira. Here on the field with our player of the game, James Russell, who just allowed 2 runs over 8 innings and struck out 10. James, after the second inning, you retired 17 of 18. How were you able to get into zone after the second inning?
Well, it was all just fastball command, and then everything works off of that.
Season high in strikeouts for you with 10. Did you feel like the fastball was working best for you out there today?
Yeah, I had good command with it, and then everything else works off of that. So, I mean, it was easy for me to get ahead and then expand.
The team over the break lost 2 starting pitchers in Beeler and Coleman, but yet in the first 3 games of the second half here at Constellation Field, the pitching's just allowed a combined 4 runs in the first 3 games. What does that say about this pitching staff?
We got some pretty good arms.
Yeah. Able to reload, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was our player of the game, James Russell, season high, 10 strikeouts. Back to you, Ira.
That was James Russell, our player of the game. And let's start there with Russell, who really pitched an unbelievable ballgame. But before we even get to his performance, I'm starting to think Pete doesn't want anybody to complete a game this year. Yeah. 89 pitches, and he didn't get to finish tonight. I mean, it looked like his fastball was losing a little bit in the 8th, but he was still sharp.
Yeah, I think maybe it could also have been, I think Alex Wimmer is a guy who's really barely seen the mound since we've signed him, a former big leaguer. I think maybe that could be get him a little bit of work in there, but you're right. I mean, he definitely seemed like had the makings of what could be a complete game, but no matter what you slice it, what an outing from James Russell.
Skeeters with the win improved to 44-25 overall, now 3-3 in the second half. The Road Warriors dropped to 0-6 to start the second half. They are now 17-52. And when you look at the first 3 games, the Skeeters have 32 hits in 3 games, 3 straight games with double digits, almost 3 straight games with 11 hits, and they've outscored the Road Warriors 17-4. The Road Warriors battle, it's kind of what me and Will were talking about earlier today. It seems like every pitcher has his back up against the wall. Even if he has a great performance, if he's holding a 1-0 lead like Lee did early, you kind of feel if you lose that lead, it's game over.
Yeah, and I mean, it really seems like, I guess the word that comes to mind is pesky. It feels like the Skeeters here has been pesky, whether it's running out, field or ground balls that seem to be routine plays, or whether it's a far run down. That might be the hardest ball I've seen him hit all year. He's smoked that down the right field line. Guy like Slade Heathcott, it seems like anytime he gets on first, he's off on the races. I mean, they're putting the pressure on him, and yeah, we've seen kind of a dynamic Skeeters team. Whether it's you've seen him hit for power earlier, but right now they're pesky.
And you bring up a great point with Heathcott. I mean, not only does he have world-class speed, he's a terrific outfielder, and it seems like you're waiting for him to do something different. Even though he's only been here for a few games, you're going to do something to help the Skeeters win, and whether it's in the outfield, on the base paths. I mean, a good hitter, and even his path to the big leagues, nothing overwhelming comes aboard. You don't see a ton of hits or a super high 320, 340 average. You don't see many home runs. He's not really a power guy. You don't even see a lot of steals for a guy who's fast, but kind of the whole is better than some of his parts.
Yeah, and that might be something that he's trying to integrate to his game more, maybe to become a better base stealer, kind of add that to his repertoire. But yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys. He's kind of almost like quasi 5-tool player. He does a little bit of everything for you, and the defense has been really, really eye-popping to start.
Well, tomorrow in Game 4 of this series, it'll be the newest member of the Skeeters, the former Japan star Yasutomo Kubo, who is making his first start with the Skeeters. The right-hander will face off fellow right-hander and former Skeeter Raul Rivera. And final thoughts on this one, Mr. Posner.
I think the big question mark of the second half is going to be what is your pitching rotation? What is it going to resemble? I mean, I'm really excited to see Kubo tomorrow. See what you got in him. If you talk about who's your ace, thought it might be Wade. I mean, you might have saw him tonight. I mean, considering a guy with that much major league experience, I mean, what he brings to a pitching staff is world class. And I'm excited to see how things shake out with the starting rotation. I think they still got a lot of great pieces to work with.
I think it's always just exciting to see the Japanese pitcher or a Cuban pitcher, just kind of that, you never got a chance to see him in his prime and what they can do. So it's always exciting to see how Mr. Kubo does tomorrow. Well, that is going to do it for us here. Another incredible victory for the Skeeters as they win this one by a score of 7-2. From my broadcast partners, Ryan Posner and Will Scott, this is Ira Liebman. Say enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you tomorrow night.